Right at that time, I'm going on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, and I tell Logan Paul the story, and he has exactly the same response you have, and I don't blame you, okay? I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm just telling you what I saw. It was very impressive what I saw. Very impressive. If it was a fake, my God, that was well done.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's Sunday again. It's time for more stuff. Before we start with that stuff, we want money for t-shirts. Come and buy the t-shirts. Oh, not that. I'm just going to bring people in now. Fuck. Ollie, fix that. Thank you. I just fucking blew it, didn't I?
Why did you blow it?
Because that thing came up. I was looking for the t-shirt thing, and then I accidentally hit Sacha Baron Cohen. I had already gone past it.
It's things like this.
Wait,
This is why we're never past mediocrity, guys.
Fucking buy the merch. Genuinely, because we spend more time, I think, than most other people, like looking at the chat, and we aren't asking you to give us money just so we read comments out. It would be very nice if some of you would do some super chats just to help the channel out.
I'll spread the word on, if you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching, come over to YouTube, get some thumbs up on this bad boy, share it out to social media. I get it, it's hard time, people, but a share is free. A thumbs up is free. And if you don't like it, put a thumbs down. I think even that helps.
See, because we don't wait super chats, it means we can pull fucking gems up like this.
Also because we don't, have a lot of people in chat. I mean, that helps. So
yeah, fine. I mean, I think the chat's small but perfectly formed.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's what they all say to the small chats.
How is everybody? Have we all had a good week? Have we all had a good weekend? Nothing weird happened?
No. Had a few stalkers.
Just a normal weekend. When being part of a fucking UFO channel, I suppose.
This is the weirdest part of my weekend.
Well, yeah, I'd like to say
I can legally talk about.
Yeah. Are you on the Guinness again, Lee?
I can't stop drinking Guinness at the minute.
It's like a dinner.
It is. It's just like, I think it's because I was doing like a bottle of wine, maybe like a bottle of wine and 4 cans of lager when we were doing shows, and I was going to bed hammered. And I've realized I can just kind of quietly drink 4 cans of Guinness while we do a show. It feels more polite, and I don't wake up the next morning fucking dying.
Yeah, I kind of like wine on the show. I'm not good with it because then I want a beer after I've had a wine. So if I just have a couple of cans, these are very low alcoholic, so it does nothing. It's nice. Just gives me a little bit of a nipple on. That's it.
Yeah, it just stops the shit. It stops the handshaking.
Yeah, it's just
rectal bleeding still there, but that's
yeah, and like that the piss and blood bit happens now and again. I know I'm not gonna pretend I don't know that you both watched this, but you both watched the Fox interview on Rogan, yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
It's good. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the whole podcast. I know, Dave, you're not. I'd say you're not taken by Mr. Fox.
I'm not taken by him, but I appreciate what he does.
Yeah. I have questions about some of the people he fucking trusts.
Hmm.
You know, there was a few clangers of names dropped in there. You know, when you start dropping
Proudly
the
dropped.
proudly
Proudly
dropped,
dropped.
proudly dropping a Clinton and proudly dropping a Podesta.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't
Rarely-
look down those conspiracy rabbit holes, you know. So he's not aware.
He makes fucking UFO
That's
documentaries.
very true.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like how do you not know? Like you're in this world, man.
Yeah, if he was on talking about his National Geographic documentary that he'd made about zebras, I'd agree with you and say, yeah, maybe he doesn't know. Mind you, I suppose there's enough ties between Africa and the Clinton Foundation, so maybe he would know.
The children. Just the children.
Yeah, just the children. But yeah, that was the only glaring thing to me. But one thing I would say about it is that he fucking means it, doesn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've literally just finished watching the documentary.
I haven't got around to watching it yet. I wanted to, but the weekend has escaped.
It's fun. It's fantastic. It really is good. There's a lot of reading in it for me, being like as dyslexic as this can be.
Oliver, did you fuck up and buy a book instead of a DVD?
It's because all the witnesses don't speak English. You know, the Brazilian.
How very rude of them.
I know, but
This is why we shouldn't have let the Empire go.
The thing is, I know we definitely want to speak about the Logan Paul thing, but that case, when I first heard he was going to do that documentary on this crashed UFO in Brazil, I thought, oh my god, credibility out of the window. That's what I thought. But no, he did a good job, really good job.
I mean, he must have done a good job of it because it seems to be the only reason he landed himself a Rogan. The Rogan show was because of that documentary. You know, it's not like it's not like he hasn't been about, you know, for a while. But it definitely, though, like obviously what the net title of this show is, I do think the most interesting part of that whole documentary was when the guy was talking about this unseen UFO footage, which very much sounded like a found footage film. I
was just going to say, Lee, can I kind of I've put up a little clip just to see, so it kind of gives anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about with this videotape that is out there. I think it's from the 90s. Yeah.
He videotapes a disc that was so low you could have hit it with a rock. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, that's what all the witnesses have tried to describe. That's like, if you could imagine the skin on the craft glowing like phosphorus on a beach, that's what it looked like. Like the skin was alive. And it had like a yellowy orange color to it. But you could clearly see it was a disc. I mean, it was not an orb. It was a disc. But the metal lit up like it was alive. I'd never seen anything like it.
And that was the before that, those two guys were hiding in the back of their car.
Yeah, it's. I meant to go back and look at this, to look at the film, because that very much reminds me. Have you ever seen a film called Area 51? It's like
Yes, I have.
It's a found footage film about people that get abducted and it's even the way he talks about it, like he said, because that film starts with these two guys road tripping, and they want to go to Area 51 and they get abducted and like stuff happens.
I know which one you mean. I've watched pretty much all of them.
Yeah,
I know which one you mean.
And there was a little bit of me wondering, like, if I go back and watch that, has he been fooled by a bit of that film?
Oh, I'll have to rewatch it. Can you imagine? I doubt it.
Have a look on YouTube and just see if you can pull up the trailer. Maybe we could watch the trailer. Yeah, because I take it if if you're going to try and sell a film, you're probably going to show the abduction part.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean it's a conspiracy theorist wet dream, isn't it? It's the alien autopsy all over again. Some guy has this unseen footage that lives in a trailer in the middle of nowhere.
It won't sell it.
That won't sell it. I mean, my thing was he said he tried to buy it for 30 grand.
Mm-hmm.
He said
100 grand.
Paul tried to do it for for 100 grand. I still feel let's not forget that Logan managed to make money out of being conned with Pokemon cards, and he still made money out of that. The fact he was conned buying Pokemon cards. Surely Logan Paul going to a trailer and offering a guy $1 million would make enough money for that to make money, even if it ended up being nothing. He could redo a documentary, like the Flat Earth documentary did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He could have turned that into a documentary.
I enjoyed that.
The thing is, though, like if this guy's living in a trailer, depending on what he has in the middle of nowhere, not knocking on anyone living in a trailer, but it's kind of this guy's in the middle of the desert. Yeah, a little bit. The guy's living in the desert, right, in a trailer. $100,000, $1 million, $10 million. You're talking ridiculous money. He's not going to sell. He's not going to sell. The thing I think we should take away is that Logan Paul has a hidden camera he snuck in there with, and I think this is a lot about him. You carry a hidden camera around, like the bathrooms, or what are you doing? It seems
That's
strange.
the guy, Chuck Clark.
Well, he's
like
not
someone who would
anonymous
live in the desert.
He does.
Yeah.
He's not anonymous anymore. Can you imagine the fucking crazy people that are going to end up going to his house?
Or already do.
Oh, there's enough crazy people in YouTube chat rooms.
Dude, they're going to get along perfectly. They'll be just fine. They're his people.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it legal? Can you do that? Can you?
I do have a 30-second clip that I think he says something about he doesn't think it was legal. I'll bring it up.
We're going to reveal this for the first time. Logan Paul has got a button camera on his dress, on his clothes. So Logan Paul's like, all right, well, this guy doesn't want to, he's going to die with it. So let's get this thing on camera. So Logan's like, well, let me see it at least. So Logan looks at it with his thing and, could you show it to me again? Gets another angle, and then he leaves. So Logan's like, I don't know if I want to go public. I mean, I don't really own the video. I don't know. It seems like a bit of a gray zone.
You think he might get sued?
Well, he's made an illegal copy of somebody else's property.
Yeah. It's like going into a movie theater.
Yeah. The only gray might be that he didn't shoot the video, and it tends to be the people that shoot video that own the right to things.
Yeah. So it's a copy of a copy.
Yeah, and he's let's just say I reckon Logan Paul has got reasonable lawyers. That if he needed to finagle his way around something, he could probably do it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like we should focus on why you have a button camera, but whatever.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I can imagine Logan Paul will have shown his boys this footage.
Yeah,
and how many of them might go, "Gonna get my phone out, gonna film that." Maybe it'll get leaked by somebody else.
Oh no, I think this is as far as if I was a conspiracy theorist, I would. You almost feel like life should come with captions now and again, and as soon as that guy brought this story up of Logan Paul, it's like Logan Paul has entered the chat when it comes to UFOs. It's fucking perfect, isn't it? It's like a perfect setup to hype the like the mainstream new media type like way this is being pushed forward. Moody Mongol absolutely smashing the comment here. This I hadn't even thought of this, and it's great. Also, if I was going to fake something these days, a secret camera footage of a real video might be one method. It would allow you to lower the quality and hide imperfections.
Absolutely.
That's a good shout. Yeah. I mean, if we can't have real aliens, let's have massive hoaxes, please. I'm just in this for making life interesting.
Yeah, why not? It's
Can you imagine though when I have a feeling it's going to come out. I mean, there's some noise on Twitter at the minute that it is going to come out.
Someone on Twitter messaged me on Twitter today saying that they'd already seen a video that was like this on Twitter, but that they can't find anymore. It's probably just somebody talking nonsense, but I found it interesting.
But if that comes out, that's going to be a fucking talking point.
Yeah, it's at least 2 shows.
Let's not get carried away.
Well, no, because then you're going to get even if this thing looks spectacular, this thing could like the best things in sliced bread.
Yeah,
I think we should make our stance on it early. Come out of the gate early. Let's say it's fake.
Yeah.
It will defend that point to the death. Why not? 50-50. We'll just accuse everybody of being in on it.
It's
Joe
just
Rogan,
blue. It's Blue Beam. Yeah. But it's again,
interesting what he said.
It is.
Yeah, of course it is. Like the
thing being alive, how it that.
Well, he says it glowed like it was alive. There's not a lot of things that are alive that glow.
Jellyfish
go into the sea, go really deep. It happens all the time, but
lightning bugs, man, fireflies.
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah.
When you guys come out, you're going to see a bunch of them. We have them. Everywhere, nice. Man. My kids run around, catch them, put them in jars, smush them, put them on their faces.
Nice.
Do the faces glow?
Yeah, for a little bit. No, it's just dead bug shit.
That's cool. Yeah, right. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? I've always had these thoughts. You remember Joseph Fritzl? No, he was the guy in Germany that had a secret family in his basement, and he had children with his daughter that he kept captive underneath his house.
Oh my god!
And makes sense. You know who this guy is? Okay.
Yeah, he'd kept his daughter under there. The kids were like,
I do remember this. Yeah,
like young children when they all escaped. And ever since then, it kind of made me think. I wonder how many people are getting fritzled right now. How many people are getting fritzled all over the place?
We did not stay on the UFO topic.
No. Hang on.
He's getting back. There's a point to this, Dave.
Yeah, it's just
other than he has goals, obviously.
I just thought I'd throw a little bit in before we do talk about the things. But yeah, so that makes me wonder. I wonder how much footage is out there, just sat in somebody's basement. Is the smoking gun just sat in somebody's house right now?
That's your analogy?
Yeah.
Your analogy is the guy who kept people in the basement and raped them to make children with them with a UFO tape in a closet?
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest, it works. It works. For this show, absolutely. Our people get it. They get it.
Our people definitely get it.
It's all right. We'll be clipped, and tomorrow we'll be on somebody else's channel saying, "I keep people in my basement."
Oh yeah. That's what it'll be. I told you they were nonsense.
Yeah. Who doesn't keep people in the basement? Why else do you have a basement? What do you keep?
I know. We used to call
photos.
Them
it's ridiculous.
We call them cellars.
Yeah,
cellars. Yeah, we have cellars. We have root cellars. We have basements.
Speaking of cellars, all super chats are greatly received. But yeah, it could be out there. There could be like
I'm sure
the real alien autopsy film, something like that. You know, there's obviously stuff, but I wonder how much, because we are entering this era where if it can be shared, it will be shared. So you just have to you just have to wonder how long these things will stay hidden for when people are so used to sharing everything else they do.
That's the thing is now this guy's name's out there, so it's
Rihanna Alba, I think it is. How do you know Elizabeth Fritzl had a fry up for breakfast? She has some daddy sauce on her chin. Fantastic.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I told you our family people watching this show will get that reference. That's why we're never going mainstream, guys. I gotta tell you right now. Any dreams of that? Dash
gone.
Yeah.
Don't
Want to
you
start
think
a cult? We got a shot.
Definitely we
There's
can
a
do that.
possibility
I
there.
think
Yeah.
if a guy with one arm and a string can start a cult, we can.
Oh, dude, you have no idea, man. That is one thing that I know. If I started a cult, I'd be an amazing cult leader. You know how you be an amazing cult leader? Just don't sleep with everyone's wife. Just a couple of
Just
them.
most of
Not everybody's. Not everybody's, right? That's where they mess up. It's very simple. Very simple. But then if you're not doing that, what's the point of having a cult?
If this video comes out, and I think it'll come out this year, but I think if this video comes out, it will be, no matter how good it looks, I think it'll be a big deal.
You mean the fake video?
Because if it's
Obviously
yeah,
fake video.
if it's a fake video, yeah. But I think for Fox to have seen it and explain it the way he did, I think it because he's talking about it now.
Mhm.
After everything we've seen CGI on the internet, he's talking about it now, but looking amazing.
Mhm. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Like what's the lady in Canada, the Dorothy Izat? She has the movie they made about her capturing the light, where she catches the anomalies on her camera of the light moving around and making pictures and spent like seeing things in it. Dude, she was doing that for 20 years before anybody like paid any attention. So like what Lee was saying about how many things are just laying around, probably a lot.
Yeah.
It could easily somebody film something amazing and everyone's just like, it could be anything. Because they get freaked out and walk away. It's kind of like that, what is it, the phenomenon I shared with you guys in our little private chat thing. And they're all, this is natural phenomenon. This is a natural phenomenon. The light in the sky searching around. And then you look, okay, it's a natural. How is this caused naturally? Oh, no one knows. No one has any idea. But it's definitely a natural. Like, what? I don't think that's how this works.
I'll just stick this on the side while we're talking about it, because this is the trailer for that movie, and I haven't watched this. I just did wonder if there was something in it that
maybe
was similar.
Maybe the dude who made the movie saw the video as well. Obviously, people have seen this video. Right?
I mean, it's not above the. This is the thing. It's a found footage film about two people that go on a road trip to Area 51. The reason there is a found footage film about guys going on a road trip to Area 51 is because there's probably been quite a few people gone on road trips to Area 51. So there's no, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that two people could have done it, and if something could have happened. But I know I remember watching this film, and I can't help think that there was a scene in this film that reminded me of what the guy was talking about. But it was a good film, if I remember. It was a Blumhouse production as well. I like Blumhouse stuff.
I mean, it'd be a clever way to get some people to watch your film. You know, you plan.
Well, this came out in 2015.
Yeah, but the collector's edition's coming out this year, so
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Or the sequel.
But maybe there isn't. Maybe they just got inside. Or maybe there
I
wasn't.
do remember this, but I can't remember. I like that. I do remember this, but I can't remember. That was pretty alive.
Like
that?
I might watch this again. I love fan footage films, and if you're going to stick aliens in them as well, I'm double there.
You're on
all about it.
Yeah. But
well, kids' toys make it extra creepy.
But I tell you what, like Logan Paul is literally his whole self is there for promotion, isn't it? And you know, it's his life is creating content. It's not just like his job. His entire life is. See that there. This is the scene that I think is the same as what that guy was talking about. You see when the guy ripped out of his car.
Yeah. Did they say that though? They didn't see anyone rip
No. But I'm just wondering whether what leaded. That's not right, Lee. Whether what led up to that was something similar, but probably not. Anyway, it's even if it's
that was advertising our live show there on that middle screen. I don't know if you noticed that.
Was it?
Nice. Yeah,
nice.
It was.
That's good. I think anyone in this chat probably quite enjoy that film anyway, even if it wasn't relevant to what we're talking about.
There you go. That's a bit of support for them. Who are the creators of the film? What is it? Area 51.
Yeah,
just plain old Area 51. That's what it's called. Has he got?
So, yeah.
Well, you've just had it up. The trailer. What's it called?
I can't remember.
Area 51. There you go, people. I think it was just called Area 51. I saw the title. It said Area 51, but it said some other stuff after it. I don't think that bit of footage would be from a film. I mean, Jesus Christ, that would really make James Fox look silly if this guy's got a VHS tape with just some B-roll footage or wherever
from someone else's film.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be quite depressing, wouldn't it? A little bit funny.
I hope it gets released, man. I look forward to being able to see it. It could be awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I still think we should pick, our stance on it early, very early.
Yeah,
and then never watch it. Never watch it.
I will say this. I know you two've not watched it, but the film that he's done has some really good UFO footage in there from Brazil.
What's the name of it again?
It's called Moment of Contact. And it is all about basically this crashed UFO in Brazil. And an alien creature ends up in a hospital. One guy ends up taking this alien creature, picks it up. He gets really ill because
he dies, doesn't he?
He dies. Yeah. There's an interview with his wife. It shows an old interview with his wife. It shows real interviews from real people. All these people are speaking Brazilian. So that's the only bit that I kind of wish they'd had that's my only criticism for that is for people who are dyslexic like me. I struggled to keep up with the subtitles. I would have liked if there'd have been like
suck it up, buttercup. The world's not made for you.
I don't know. Exactly. Just wanted somebody to talk over them, Selfish. No, but I still really enjoyed it. It was very well done. You could see that these were real people. There's one moment when one of the guys he takes James up to where the crash site was and where he saw basically these dead aliens, and you could see it was genuine tears in his eyes. He got really emotional about it. I mean, we were saying this before the show, but the main thing that stuck out for me with that is the smell that they described this creature having, which was like an ammonia. What's the other? What did I say it was, Dave?
Sulfur.
Sulfur. Yeah, ammonia and sulfur. That's what
something else, which is like if you look back through like folklore, there's something else that smells like that as well.
Yeah. Well,
demons were always supposed to smell of.
I wasn't going to say that.
You boys have not seen the picture.
Let's say carnies.
What the artist drew when the girls described this creature, because
I've not.
It was three little girls that. And there's
can you pull a picture up of it?
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah. But these three little girls, I think they must have been about 12-year-old at the time. They're now, I think, like near our age now. Because it was like
35
in the night. Yeah, but they're about that age, maybe a little bit older. I don't know. But they described this thing as having oily skin, real oily skin, fucking red eyes. And it had like horn things on its head.
Sounds super friendly.
And
that's something you want to help out.
But they did say they felt that this thing felt scared. But this is what, when they described this thing to the artist that drew because they all drew pictures of it, and then the artist said, "Is that what you may have seen?" And they said, "Yes, this is it."
Super friendly. Hang out with that guy.
But this thing was like actually got into the streets, and I think the soldier I think it was a soldier guy that got hold of this thing. By the time he got to the hospital, he was really fucking ill, and he died. There's an interview with his wife. So when you've got all these people all speaking about this case, because I thought this case, when I heard that James Fox was going to do this documentary, I thought this is just going to be a really shitty documentary that's got nothing to back it up. It's just like it's going to be like some folklore and all that sort of stuff. There's loads of people telling their story in this. Now, whether he's paid every single one of these and they're crazy good actors. I don't think he had. I think this is the thing. They were holding signs up in the street with a translation that, Brazilian writing, asking does anybody know about this case? For people to, this was in the city, people to come and approach them and speak about it. But yeah, really good work. But that thing looks weird.
No, it looks friendly. Nothing nefarious about that. And he smells like sulfur, you say. Fine. Fine. Everything's fine. Give him a lift. Call an Uber. Bring him in for the evening. Poor fella.
I would like to know at what point you see that thing in the street. You go, I'm just going to pick that up and take it to the hospital.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to help this thing. What the hell, man? No, you got to throw it in reverse, bro.
If I went anywhere near it, I would instantly think I'm going to hit this with a piece of wood until it stops making noise.
You know what? You should see the brush guard I have on my truck for situations exactly like this. Welded plate steel, reinforced. Wouldn't even know, man. Be nothing left. I'll scrape what's left and we'll send it off for it to be analyzed.
If we are going down the alien route and like this thing crashed.
Are we?
No, we're not. But if it was something that wasn't supposed to be on this earth and its skin's all oily or whatever, maybe
to tell you.
Yeah, maybe that's really that. The problem is that this kind of like atmosphere its skin didn't like it, and that's why it went all oily. And either that or it's just like
maybe they're not really into hygiene.
A fucking demon, a greasy little demon
that needs a ship.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe they're not ships. If they are demons, maybe they're not ships. Maybe they're just things. Things that they move around in.
Please carry on, Mr. Oliver.
You want me
Professor
to,
Oliver.
Oh no! Yeah, please.
you want me
continue
to
with it.
elaborate on things?
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I don't know. Who's to say that demons don't need vessels?
Like people or UFOs?
Yeah, who's to say demons don't need UFOs? Who's to say that, we've been calling demons like demons for thousands of years, but they're just been aliens.
Maybe. I get what you're saying.
To throw a ladder into the hole and try and pull you back out of it. What you mean is these things that that we see as ships or like lights in the sky. Maybe that if obviously there's lots of ifs going on here. If demons actually have to cut about the place, about our astral plane, maybe how they visually look doing that is something akin to a light in the sky.
Yeah, well, there's a book. What's the book's name?
The Bible.
Well, yeah, but there's a science fiction book that describes aliens coming out of a craft. But when these aliens come out, they have horns, wings, hooves, and they basically look like the fucking devil.
Yeah,
what's the fucking book called, Dave? Is it the end of something?
Childhood's End?
I think that's it.
Childhood's End?
Yes.
It's written by come on, chat. Where are you at?
I don't know who writes it, but it's a great. I didn't read it. I listened to the audio book of that. It's fucking brilliant, and it is basically
they made a made for TV movie.
They did, and it was quite good. And it got canned, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the movie he gets out of the UFO and reveals himself for the first time to the human race.
Arthur C. Clarke.
Yeah, and it's the fucking devil.
Well, they look like it, so they're aliens. That's a really good one too. They're like helping mankind bring peace and prosperity, and they explain that like the next round of children born are going to extend into the universe's consciousness, and they're there to witness it, and they work for it because they themselves can't ascend. And the reason we've always depicted devils to look like them because we always knew in the back of our consciousness that they would be the harbingers of this. Yeah. It was it's a great book. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember.
I've
pull it up, Lee.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Classic devil too, like the wings, horns, hooves.
Yep. Yeah. Childhood ends. That's what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah. And they end up sticking all the kids on basically like one island. Yep.
Mm-hmm. On an island, you say?
That's from the TV series.
On an island.
That's fucking wild, isn't it? Looks like. Oddly enough, it looks like he's presenting the fucking music awards. That could very easily be the beginning to any current music artist's live performance at the VMAs.
For the past 20 years, man. Absolutely.
But yeah, that reminded me of that story.
You know what I think is interesting about the Joe Rogan interview with Fox is that they didn't show this picture and they were very beaten around the bush. They just said that it stunk. They left out the sulfur. They left out all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It was purposeful.
It does seem
curious.
Why? I didn't watch it. I just listened to it, so I didn't see. Did they not bring that picture up of the? That's weird, isn't it? If you got a fucking drawing, it's like the fact that Jamie pulled that up is a meme. It's not it's not like it's unknown for him to have a visual element to his show.
Yeah,
maybe they didn't want to do that, but like James says, listen, I don't want it being seen because I want you to watch the movie. I don't know if you'd have done that though.
No, you wouldn't do that on Rogan. You're on such a big
you want to paint platform. Your narrative. Yeah, you want to control how your narrative is released, and you want it to be the way you want it to be.
Why do you think?
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say back to what you were saying about it being odd that they didn't describe what the smell was. why do you? Because you said that, Dave. Like a lot of when they describe this smell, they never tell you what it smells like. And I've heard sulfur very few times when people say this thing stunk.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're talking about demons or whatever, or a paranormal experience, some people explain sulfur.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the urine smell, but sulfur is
makes sense though,
similar.
because they're always called unclean, like unclean spirits, unclean things.
S. Lee down in the comments, speaking my language.
That's in science. Yep.
Yeah.
Mirror, mirror, Satan on the wall.
Yeah, man. It's I think it's the same reason, like in the Jeremy Corbell, when they were doing the things and they were talking about it, like that was at the Skinwalker Hunt for the Skinwalker, and at the end of the movie, they're like blanking out what they're saying. It's like, no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to address that, because the people that seem to be on that side of the fence, they talk about there's a movement of people who think these things are evil. They want nothing to do with it because they're fundamental belief systems, and they're the ones that those who want the freedom of information, all that jazz, blame those on the religious side for holding it back, keeping it from the public, and like, whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I'm not involved in that. I don't know anyone. But I think that could easily be part of it. Like if you're looking into UFOs and stuff, and that's the description you get, and it smelled like sulfur, and you're the Fox guy and you're going on Rogan, you don't bring that up because it's going to freak people out. But at the same time, you should bring that up because you're going to drive a lot of people to see it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's curious. Whatever reason they leave it out, it's intentional. Right.
Yeah. I get it. It's just it's so murky these days, isn't it? Like the whole. I thought it's taken conspiracy theory away from just morons like us on YouTube talking about it, and like pushing it into a more like mainstream but still kind of Wild West area, like podcasts and stuff. It's I thought it would help it. I thought it would make it better, but it feels like there's less to trust now than there ever has been. It used to be there used to be just like a load of alternate voices, like from Ike to Jones to who's your man that does the excellent stuff in Japan?
What kind of stuff?
Oh, with the goldfish and the darts. No,
yeah.
Hang about, we've got a guy
in Japan with a ping pong ball or the chain.
We've got a guy in Japan doing excellent stuff with a goldfish. You need to elaborate on that.
No, the Corbett report. So you kind of like he's always been kind of quite measured, and like you've got dark journalists as well. But you had these people that you could just kind of you picked your poison with them. But now the mainstream has kind of got involved as well. It seems to have took over even the fringe. Like where instead of us coming on and doing this podcast now, we're talking about Joe Rogan, like, and we talk about Joe Rogan as if he's the everyone listening to this will know I'm a big fan, but we talk about Joe Rogan like it's still independent media. The JRE is essentially the biggest fucking media company in the fucking world.
Yep.
So we're not talking about independent media, really. I don't know. It just seems to have made it all so much more muddy. Where I thought broadening the conversation out would have made it better.
I don't know.
Spoke with a really good mate of mine last night. I went to the pub, not seen him in a bit, and we got talking about the channel.
Is he this your friend that we spoke about before?
No. Different friend. Great guy. He likes watching the show. So if you're watching, don't take offense to this. But he said to me, when I was talking about Joe Rogan, he says, I don't like him. I went, why? He says, I says, what do you like about it? You watch it? And he went, because he would like Joe Rogan. I know he would. And he went, he said, I don't like what the media. I've heard so much stuff about him.
Mm.
And I just find that, because
the only people
you all have
I
friends that you think are great people, that you think are brainwashed by fucking media.
Not me.
We've all got them. Oh no, you've scrapped them all, Dave. Or killed them.
Scrapped them all.
I mean, I have family members, and I still say I don't. I mean, maybe I am like, maybe my idea of like this fucking the semi breakout of mainstream media I did when I stopped watching live television. I don't read newspapers anymore. I don't watch the news. So maybe that was maybe the last foothold I had of sanity that I let go of. So maybe it's worked the other way around, and now I am just fucking mental. But I don't think so, and I struggle going down the whole, where you get people that take different words and mix them up. So you got television, and people like television, so talk that way, and then you've got the other people that say the television is broadcast in a certain hertz range, which affects people as they're watching it. Now, whether it's exposure to narratives that I've just escaped now because I essentially only engage with it on social media, and I don't sit watching television for hours and hours and hours, or whether it is something to do with like the physical act of watching television makes you more susceptible to this bullshit. I'm not sure, but there is definitely there's been a change in the way I look at things and react to things since I stopped watching television.
I get that 100%.
Yeah,
I get that. I haven't watched it for years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, neither have I. Like, so in our house, we haven't had like TV, like cable TV of any kind for.
No, we don't pay for it either.
16
We don't
years.
have nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, it's always been the internet or what we wanted to watch, and I've always been a bit of a news hound, but I always pulled it from different things, and I learned really early on, and stuff that I used to be involved in, and whatever way you feel when you read that, they want you to feel that way. Like the person who wrote it with this intent. It was crafted. It was crafted to elicit an emotional response from you. That's all of it. I love that, like you're talking about, Rogan and all these people that are breaking out on their own independent news platforms, like state-sponsored and government-ran and controlled media is dead. They're losing. Dude, Vice News shut down.
Look at good.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
Vice. Do you know the shit thing is, right? Vice used to be ace. Vice was
awesome.
Vice was the one that turned around to one of their journalists and said, "Oh, what, you want to go off and do drugs with McAfee for a month and see how his brain works? Off you go.
Have fun.
Go and write a story about it." And
don't get shot.
Yeah, don't die. And now it's just gender ideology and intersectional fuck. Like, it was just bullshit, just divisive bullshit. So yeah, no, it was a shame what happened to Vice. But look at Fox News. Like, Fox News just killed itself. Can you imagine? Like, I know I don't watch television. I whenever I watch clips of Tucker Carlson, I did quite like Tucker Carlson. I think he seems,
I like him,
interesting. I'm not going to say trustworthy, but at least interesting, and that's not,
Did you see his comments on Building 7 from 9/11?
I did.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I can start watching this guy. All right, we're on to something here. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. Well, he did a
when he makes his own thing. Wow.
Yeah,
that'll be big.
It's gonna be fun. Good times.
53 million views, didn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
and it's obviously had more now. That was the last time I checked. It had 53 million views. His little sort of I'm out thing.
Dude, I think he's probably already talked to Elon. I think his network news channel is going to be hosted solely on Twitter. His shows will be on Twitter, live stream article, everything will be through and on Twitter.
Maybe Rumble.
Maybe probably Twitter though, because that's what Twitter's setting itself up to. Rumble's great and grand. Rumble's got a lot of bugs, man. Like
I find that, Dave.
I think you'll find Elon Musk will buy Rumble and integrate it into Twitter.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, that would be awesome.
shout.
Dude, then we could get rid of the, bastard that we're on right now.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say it, Dave. And then,
I wanted to.
and then follow it up with bastard.
Just.
I think the day's coming. Like that's the. I think the tube's days are numbered. Like,
I hope so.
I mean, it's good to hate your parents. I think.
Got you.
I would love to fall back in love with them, though.
I'd like, dude. I want Meta to fail. I want Instagram and Facebook to fail so bad. Twitter, now that Elon's taken it over, is somewhat acceptable. TikTok can be interesting, but I find that it's mostly not.
Well, it is when you find alien addicts on there.
You're on there?
Yeah, you could be watching. You could be watching it right now, live right now.
It's live on TikTok.
Those poor people! How many people we got watching on there right now?
I can't say.
One,
probably none.
Probably none.
There's 5,000 followers though.
We do have 5,000 followers.
Yeah. But... So when Modern Militia was live, we did a live stream on TikTok at a gun show, and I think we peaked at like 15,000 people just sitting there watching us. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Look, we're not even doing anything. We're eating a burger, man.
Yeah.
That's that. When we ate lunch is when we had the most people watching, which really freaked me out because you know what they were doing.
Yeah,
you know what they were doing.
Do you know what I find the weird thing about TikTok is? It seems to be that the more effort you try and put into making content is the worse it does.
Yep.
It's like the TikToks that do really well are the ones that are badly green screened. That the music's a bit too high and you can hardly hear things. It's really strange. It's a strange old platform.
If you are watching on TikTok now, come subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And Twitter and the Twitter accounts. The fun thing I found about TikTok is it doesn't do real good if you start talking shit about China.
No, they hate that.
They tend to. Yeah. Oh well. But back to the aliens and Logan Paul. I hope he does have it. I hope he does release it. I hope somebody does. I'd love to see it because we all know it's fake, right? Going in, and we're not going to watch it because of that. I'm serious. I really feel like we should all just pick a side early.
What do you think to him saying it was alive though?
What, the ship appeared alive?
Like, I mean, what do you think? What do you think to the idea of ships being alive?
Oh yeah, I think that's totally possible. Yeah, there's I think it's a very interesting movie. Have you seen the movie Nope?
Yes,
I have not seen it yet. No. Nope.
That's interesting. Nope.
See, I had a problem with Nope. It was because I was really looking forward to it because what's the director's name?
He's the guy
Peel?
that did.
Yeah, he did Us and Get Out.
Yep.
Now Us, I fucking love Us. I love Get Out. The guy's a fucking genius. Mm-hmm. So I thought, oh right, this is going to be a fucking sci-fi film that he's making. Amazing. I'm in. And he basically just made a straight sci-fi movie with a cool ship in it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not even a ship. That's the
it's just a life form.
For fuck's sake, Dave. I've not watched it yet.
I don't care. You want to know something else, Ollie? It's not real. It's not blown for you as well. Just turn into shit.
Why am I covering my ears? I've got headphones on.
I wasn't going to say anything. It was more comical.
Yeah, it's not real, just like all UFO videos.
Yes, especially the one.
The Leviathan. Did anybody remember watching Farscape?
Yes,
I remember that.
I love Farscape.
Yeah. The Leviathan was a living ship, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it was. And so was. Do you remember Babylon 5?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember
the
them?
Vorlon ships and the Shadow ships? Yeah.
Yeah, they were living.
Yep.
Yeah. Me and my dad once, unfortunately, my now dead uncle, he had a son, and he wasn't sure what to call his son. And do you remember Rigel, the little alien that was in it? Yeah, the little green guy.
Yeah, the Prince King Thief.
Me and my dad were so committed to the bit when it came to this that we nearly got my Uncle Roddy to call his son Rigel that I'd never seen Farscape, so that after it was done, we could show him Rigel and say, "Ah, you named your son after that."
That's great.
It was so close, so close.
Yeah, no, that was an interesting show. I like Farscape.
Great.
I like that blue chick.
I liked
any bird that's blue. I mean, like avatars.
I like women, but you can like birds, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah,
not the
blue.
Smurf though. No, like she is being like lived
Smurfette.
in. Yeah.
Oh no, she's
the
training.
only-
She's trans. She's trans, bro.
She is because she's the only female Smurf, isn't she?
No, Gargamel created her. She's not a natural Smurf.
That's right. Yeah, no, I know she's not.
He created her, and she was evil, but the
She's a
inherent
honey
goodness
pot.
of the Smurfs
Are you into
turned her over.
Smurfology?
I don't have to answer that.
Oh my god,
the damn personal question, Holly. I mind you to stay out of my personal life.
We're gonna stay at Dave's house, and we're gonna find a fucking room with Smurfs, aren't we?
Until I drug you and paint you blue.
Dave, why have you got?
I don't like Smurfs too much. I think I like Smurfs just enough, just like a normal person.
Everybody likes them this much. Everybody.
We're gonna walk in that room that Dave's got there with them cool posters. What we don't know on the other side is
Smurfs behind
fucking
it.
Smurfs everywhere.
No, I actually remember that whole line from Donnie Darko, because they were talking about the Smurfs and Donnie Darko, and he pops off with that. And I was like, that can't be real. And I look up, I was like, oh no, it's absolutely real.
Yeah,
like,
Donnie Darko.
Absolutely love that film.
It's interesting. It's an interesting concept of a film. Yeah.
The hottest Drew Barrymore has ever been.
Yeah, she's hot in that.
Apart from E.T.
Fuck off.
If you're Steven Spielberg, he'd agree.
Clip that.
That craft though in Donnie Darko, that's the airplane engine. There is a bit where it's just going through the sky, and they do make it out to be a craft, a cylinder craft. And in that, in the James Fox movie, there's a still drawing that shows this thing that's crashed.
Yeah,
and it looks just like that. It looks just like that airplane engine.
Maybe he really likes movies.
Maybe.
That's what
he's piecing together obscure things, and
that's what one of the artists did like years ago.
Yeah,
before he was even there. But yeah, I mean, I'm all up for UFOs being airplane engines. Why not? Why not?
Why not? It would be interesting if they're alive. That would be, I don't know, man. There's,
just something natural on the earth that is.
That's the thing is I found anyway, at least when I listen to these things, people are super careful. Excuse me, to talk about that these things aren't necessarily extraterrestrial. They curve their words to make sure it's, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's unknown. It's extraterrestrial. It's from another planet. Well, I didn't say that. What I said, well, if you don't know, then that is technically still a possibility. You wouldn't need to correct them and shut it down and, curve the conversation.
Yeah.
So
no motherfucker knows. That's the thing. That's what.
Or maybe they do know. Maybe somebody has an idea.
The person that would consider themselves, and it's not even a fucking real fucking word. The person that thinks they know the most about ufology, yeah, or is the best ufologist, doesn't know shit.
Yeah, because ufology isn't even a real thing.
Yeah, but they don't. No, but they don't know shit about what they are, and if they do, then they're definitely not putting shit on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I also always wonder how much the government really does or doesn't know. Because if it is interdimensional or extraterrestrial craft or beings, like it'd be kind of like taking a broken cell phone back to 1522. You know what I mean? They got it. Maybe they can get the light to come on. They know nothing else about it. Like it's just so unbelievably beyond them.
There's another thing as well. If you start talking about living ships as well,
you're talking about something.
Then you're fucked. You know, because, and then that's okay, that's great. So this whole thing about it's Roswell crash. Then we got like fiber optics and mobile phones and microwave popcorn. That's fucked. That whole idea, because you're not reverse engineering a whale.
See, I've never agreed with that. I think humans we're very creative, and like fiber optics, you can see the progression of technology that led there.
Same with mobile phones as well.
Same thing with mobile phones. Same thing, like all of these things. It came from somewhere. People are brilliant. People can do brilliant things.
It's the same with like people turn around and say, well, they had like Star Trek communicators. How could you think of Star Trek communicators? Because you still have fucking walkie-talkies. All they did was shrink walkie-talkies.
Made them better.
Yeah.
They made them better.
So, yeah, there's not really, when you think of sci-fi technology, there's nothing really that's been sort of sci-fi technology that was like really out there in like the 60s and 70s that we have now, which is really weird. There's nothing. It's not. We haven't even cracked fucking hoverboards. So you got that really weird thing that'll float around on super cooled magnets, but it's not zero gravity, is it? Come on.
I do like the sound of them being like some sort of natural. I mean, I suppose it's not as cool as aliens up in the sky, but
is it not?
What if it's a creature that has been here for fucking ever, and it can move at stupid speeds, and it like a fucking giant fucking jellyfish in the sky? That sounds odd, I know, but look at a jellyfish; it looks a bit like a UFO.
But did you guys not like get into rods at some point? I feel like everyone has that thing, especially like around the early 2000s, where
rods.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They get into you, or
no? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Rodding?
No, it's not. It's not like a thing you do.
Strange. It sounded like it's a thing you do.
No, there's a documentary in the early 2000s, again, Wild West YouTube days, of these cave divers.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were doing like base jumping into this, I can't remember whether they were jumping into water or they were like base jumping into it. Either way, they were filming themselves going down. When they looked past at the film, they seen these things floating around them. And when they super slow mode the thing down, there were like these small tiny animals which had like ripply wings. And it's still really weird.
Was it a new species?
Well, it's still not really been identified.
They said it was bugs, and it was the frame rate that made it look that way. But it looked like little rods with wings, like a continuous wing that went on,
it was
like
weird.
a corkscrew. Super weird. And
I don't. Yeah, I don't feel like it was ever. I don't feel like it was explained well enough. Maybe it's been explained well enough now. Maybe with. Someone went to the same place with like the ultra slow-mo cameras we have now, and did just take pictures of bugs flying around. But it was super interesting. And what I found was interesting about that was because they thought the reason we couldn't see these things is because their idle speed was like the speed of sound. And then there was obviously, as most conspiracy theory UFO things, Bigfoot things they had experts that were more than happy to jump into the arena and show that these things could have traveled at like Mach 70 if they wanted to, which so you don't know at that point. Are you just hiring a couple of doctors and saying, look, we're making a documentary, we could really do with these results. If you can work out a way to make these results sound credible, that'd be handy. But just the idea that something was out there that was moving at incredible speeds, that was small, and that's just why we'd never seen them before. It's just because they move so fast and they're so small. They just don't really they don't really interfere with us. It's
I mean, look at like giant squids. I mean, that we had a myth of the giant squid for fucking years, and now we're
I'll
actually
fight
seeing
this
it.
though, because there's been myths of giant squids, but the myths of the giant squids were like taking down fucking galleons. We haven't found.
Have you seen the size of some of them motherfuckers? They're huge.
We haven't found a kraken.
I'll beg to differ. Have you seen the scars on some whales?
Yes.
Yeah, but we haven't found one. That's what I mean.
But some of the scars we haven't found it, but we've seen some of the scars, which would suggest that there are bigger ones than what we found.
I'm sure so. The ocean's massive. Yeah, I'm sure. Sure it's massive. You know what else is interesting is Antarctica.
Yeah.
Maybe all these things live there. Yeah. Since nobody can go there.
10 fucking leagues under the fucking sea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the only thing all world powers can agree on.
You said there's no evidence of Gallagher. Fucking Noel Gallagher being taken down by a giant squid. But you say there's no evidence of giant squids taking down galleons, but this fucking drawings through time.
Oh no, I didn't say there wasn't evidence of it. I was just saying we keep saying we've found giant squid, but they're not giant squid. A kraken would be a giant squid.
Yeah,
we've found really fucking big squids.
But there are drawings from people warning on. So the only reason I can think that things would have been put on a map,
we said this, didn't we, the other day?
Is this where I heard this on the show?
I brought it up the other day on a show that you have like maps of the time which were like the most or at least what we believe in our current time, like recorded timeline, the most detailed maps that sailors were using to go off and explore uncharted worlds. And on those maps, they'd have like mermaids and fucking giant squids and other monsters of the like. Yeah. And you'd go like, that's like me having a map of the M25 and sticking a Minotaur in a service station. It makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't, because if you think about it, back in the day, so now the way we do it is we get us mobile phones, or we put it out on the news, or we put it out on YouTube, whatever, Netflix. We make documentaries. Back then, all they could do was fucking create stuff and put it on a pot, put it on a wall, put it on a piece of fucking carpet.
That was your TikTok. That pot was your TikTok.
Exactly.
That was your YouTube show.
So maybe some of those things that you're looking at and going, some guy really created some really fucked up art back then. You know, he put a monster on that piece of pottery, and a guy riding on the back of it just for fun. They just like, you know, like you just a little bit of creative license. That's all it was back then. You know, some fucking high up said, I want some pots, I want some dinosaurs, I want some creatures with long necks that they should look like this. I want one that's chasing it and wanting to eat it. Whatever. Why? It's people back then. They drew things for a reason. You know, maybe that reason was because they'd fucking seen them.
Maybe. Before we go, I got to acknowledge Footy Gangsta Smurfs with elf ears. That's so hot. Oh my! I just think it's a quality comment there. I don't have to explain myself.
Yeah, it's weird. I think there's lots of weird things like that, and it seems to be again, it's funny, isn't it, that the more communication we have, you would think there would be it would be easier to answer questions, but it's just raised more. I was watching the other day. I was watching this documentary about the whole Tartaria thing, and it baffles me that, you know, especially now when you start looking at like old buildings, you know, like old cathedrals and stuff like that, and then suddenly you think, "Fuck me, right? We did this with chisels." Seems very fucking hard. Seems very hard work.
I think there's lots of evidence around the planet that there has been incredibly advanced past civilizations, more than just one round, and more than once they've been knocked back for some reason. Kind of makes you wonder when our time's going to come, and if anything we've ever made is going to last as long as their stuff has.
Well, I mean, that's really interesting, because it just shows that we think of ourselves as being at such a height of like technological height. A global cataclysm would, like you say, probably wash us away. Yeah, we would be one of the forgotten civilizations, while the remains of the pyramids would still be there.
Yes, I mean with
and if the ISS.
Oh, that'd come down in no time. Without telemetry from the ground tracking support, like it would be a few months that thing's down.
Without somebody topping the helium balloons up.
That helps too. Yeah, I mean like a super volcano. That's it, man. That's you're knocking out 99% of everyone. Not only that, our logistics supply chain, we're more fragile now than we've ever been. We are not robust. We're fragile. We've specialized in everything, which is great. Creates an abundance when everything works.
For our audio listeners, Connor Bradley chimed in with I feel like I should give him a super chat for this. Billy Myers' ray gun is the only thing that can defend against the jellyfish, but a pedo lost it.
That thing is so Connor. Ridiculous.
You win the show. Never come here again. I don't like it when people are funnier than me. Which is most of the chat.
I mean, it's a lot of people, Lee.
Yeah, it's why I like hanging out with Ollie.
That makes sense.
Can I, Lee? Do you mind if I just put up another clip?
Why are you asking me? Like, I can stop you, and B,
let the man have his thing, man.
Sunday's your thing.
Wow, he is. He's got to ask permission. He's a power bomb.
So Logan Paul, he's like, I want to go to this guy's house. I say, hey, I got the guy. He's got the information. Logan's like, this is all behind the scenes. So Logan Paul takes. I put him in touch with this guy, and this guy lives in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was like Logan Paul takes a Mercedes with a bunch of guys and $100,000 in cash, a big brick, and he goes out to this guy's house in the middle of the desert. And Logan calls me in the middle of nowhere. He's like, "Are you sure your contact's legit, dude? My phone doesn't work. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I got $100K cash in my pocket, and I can't find this guy." I said, "No, I'm sure he's good, you know." And so Logan goes in there and meets Chuck Clark. And Chuck Clark's like, "Yeah, I got the tape right here." And so he says, "I'll give you $100,000 for it." And the guy says, "No way."
You said this in the chat. I think it was you, Lee, in our private chat. Logan Paul. What is $100,000 worth to Logan Paul? How much is that? How much is it? Is it like 10 quid?
It's a Pokemon card.
Yeah, it's not even his most expensive Pokemon card. It's not. It's definitely not one of his fake ones. What I did think was, though, if you play that back, just where he said, "I've got to go to this guy's house," just play that again, just the beginning, up to where he says, "I've got to go to this guy's house." Just play it again.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say
Just the first like 10 seconds.
So Logan Paul, he's like, I want to go to this guy's house. I say, hey, I got the guy. He's got the information. Logan's like, this is.
See, the way he says, "I've got to go to this guy's house." If you just stick "brother" at the end of that, I feel that maybe James Fox got mixed up with Hulk Hogan and Logan Paul, because his Logan Paul impression sounds very much like Hulk Hogan. But yeah, that's the thing. I'll
give you 100 grand for it. I've got 100 grand here. No. Okay, I'll give you $1 million.
That's it.
He lives in a trailer in the desert. He doesn't care about money.
I know. Come the fuck on. $1 million. If somebody offers you $1 million for something,
he lives in a trailer in the desert.
But why?
$100,000 is $1 million. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. There are some people like that. They don't care about money. You're not gonna, He should have brought a goat or a really good looking sheep.
I tell you what will be a good listen. I don't know what his schedule is, but the James Fox podcast was out on Friday, was it? It was like the last Rogan of the week, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next Logan Paul podcast probably worth a listen.
I don't think I'd want to sit through the whole thing. I'll just listen to the highlight reel that someone else edits.
I quite like Logan Paul.
Really? What about him? His dreamy eyes or rippling muscles? Well, he's got a hell of a jawline. I gotta give him that. Yeah.
I also think you feel safe, like when he put his arms around you at night.
Yeah, he seems like a snuggler. He seems like a snuggler.
I think so. Yeah,
he's a hell of an athlete. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I.
You think he's going to speak about it? You think he's going to mention it?
He's going to have to address it.
Yeah.
So you think he's not going to talk about the Joe Rogan experience? Mentioning his show? Yes. So he's absolutely going to talk about it.
The fourth or fifth most famous person in the world is mentioned by maybe top 2 famous people in the world when he's speaking to a documentary filmmaker about UFOs, saying that this guy might have seen footage of the most real footage of like an alien abduction ever.
But if he didn't want any pressure,
he wouldn't have gone there with $100,000 to try and buy the tape.
Because he's been accused of because he's not been accused of, because Fox said that he had a button cam on there.
Yeah. He hasn't done anything illegal.
But if he really doesn't want to get any pressure on the back of this, like Dave was saying to us earlier,
are you saying that Logan Paul is going to take
the pressure that we're getting at the minute?
Mm-hmm. Logan Paul is at this point, when it comes to UFOs, is going to become bashful.
No,
you're right. I'm talking. You are right.
Look, can we acknowledge the fact that as much as we all enjoy doing this show and we all enjoy coming on and talking about UFOs, it is not a serious subject.
No,
there are much more serious things that happen in this world than spacemen.
Yeah. And Logan Paul did that. I mean, he went to the Suicide Force in Japan. If he's willing to air that,
yes,
what I mean. What the hell's he flinching for at this point? He's been outed. He's got it. He's got to talk about it. It's got what do you showed some dead.
What if he plays it?
Come on, I hope he does. And then I'll watch someone else.
What if he fucking plays that motherfucker?
Well, be more interested than him playing with himself. Yeah, he has to. If he has it, like he's been outed that he has it, everyone's going to be, dude, you have to do this. And if he does it, that will be the biggest podcast in the history of the world.
Well, let's put it this way, right? You're Logan Paul. You've filmed this thing. You decide to play it. What's the worst that can happen to you? Somebody's going to sue you. You're going to get sued for damages, which means realistically, you're going to have to pay this guy what he probably should have had in the first place because it was his footage.
And you made a good point. Does he even have a right to sue? Because it's the other guy's footage.
Yeah.
And they haven't come forward, which is very weird. I'm sure
the thing is, it's not this Clark guy was given it to by these two guys.
That's what I mean. So it's not
wasn't running the
so
guy.
he's second. Yeah, it's
where
it's
these
theirs.
two guys
Probably dead. Did you put up the picture of the thing with the red eyes? You think that's going to let someone go? What about that makes you think it's forgiving and merciful? No. They paid a price.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck you up because of what happened to my buddy in Brazil.
Yeah, that thing's got a hate on.
Yeah, I can't help. And again, like, I like the Rogan stuff. I like to think that there isn't some sort of overarching thing here, but it does seem to be that a lot of this UFO stuff comes through the JRE before other stuff drops out. The Joe Rogan Experience appears to be the hype machine for this.
It's definitely a clearinghouse of sorts.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, he has the biggest reach. Like, obviously, this guy's already had his movie out. He's had that. That's how he got the attention.
I still believe, right?
Yeah.
Sorry to put in. I still believe that if there is some sort of disclosure event or something that leads to, like, to the end of this movie. The movie we're in, because I'm not sure if anything comes out, it's actually going to be like factually correct. I think we seem to be being primed for something. I think it's going to come through Joe Rogan. Who else is going to do it? James Fox says himself on
Michael Horn.
Thing. Michael Horn could do it. Who would give like disclosure? As he said, is it going to be through the United Nations? Well, fucking most people don't trust the United Nations, or lots of people don't trust the United Nations. Most people hate their fucking politicians, so that's not going to work. Especially if it was in the US, if fucking Biden does it, every fucking Trumper is going to think that that Biden's fucking but Biden and his pedo aliens is going to be the thing. If Trump brings it out, it's going to be like, oh yeah, aliens are MAGA, and no, we can't trust the MAGA aliens. But if it was to come through a show like Joe Rogan Experience, I could kind of see it.
But then, how many people would just turn around and say this is a bunch of shit?
Because more people
are on that side.
Because you've got to go for the biggest audience you can find. More people watch Joe Rogan than watch Fox News. More people watch Joe Rogan than watch CNN. But more importantly, the people that watch Rogan trust Rogan.
Many do.
Yeah.
We live in very strange times.
Well, we're in a crossover period of media, and I don't, and everyone seems to think that that's a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. Because you might just end up with, I mean, fucking heaven forbid if people like us become the news. Do you know what I mean? Where it's
becoming the news.
I'm definitely starting a cult then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but is that a good thing, Ollie?
No, it's not.
Exactly.
I don't know my ass from my elbow.
So this is like, as I take it, have both of you guys seen the film Idiocracy?
Yes.
No.
Many times.
That is I think most probable dystopian future that we can look forward to.
Dude, we're already starting to live in that. You want to hear something hilarious? It's a kind of an Idiocracy fact. I just heard it the other day. I couldn't believe it, and it's true. So they were doing that film was really done on a pretty tight budget. and they wanted to put shoes on everyone that looks like stupid people shoes.
Mhm.
But they again, that's why their clothes all kind of look the way like they just didn't have a budget.
Yeah.
And so the production designer, whatever, found this company that was just startup at that time making these shoes. They hadn't even started selling them yet, and they bought a whole bunch of them in like orange because they're like, this is ridiculous. And Mike Judge is like, well, what if this shoe really catches on and becomes like a big deal? And the lady's doing it's like, oh no, this is stupid. Like this isn't going anywhere. Those shoes were Crocs. Crocs. If you watch the movie, everybody's wearing Crocs.
That's incredible.
Dave, do you own a pair of Crocs?
Oh, I own several. All my kids have. My wife has a few. Yeah,
My kids have Crocs.
yeah, dude. I live in the South, man. Crocs are great,
But they're uncomfortable.
What? Maybe where you live, where it's winter all the time.
No, I bought them in fucking Florida.
Oh, you got crap. Like, so there's knockoff Crocs.
They're real. I bought real Crocs. I bought them in Disneyland. I probably paid like 5 times the price for them.
Oh, you might have bought Disney Crocs then. No, I like mine. I got memory foam Crocs.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
What size are your feet?
12.
Oh no, mine are too big for you. It's like you try mine when you come out.
How big are your feet?
13.
Get fucked. I've never spoken to anyone with bigger feet than me.
Welcome to Alien Addict, people. We start off with aliens, and then we end on feet.
You're a US 12.
What?
Sorry, you're a
That's true.
US 13.
That is
US
true.
13. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is true.
So I think I've got bigger feet than you.
Oh, that may be true.
We'll soon find out.
I've got
We'll
to.
do a
We
live
can't let
show.
Go. Can't
Yeah,
let
that's
that go.
it. See, we are the news now.
On what really matters.
Um,
Well, then good. Maybe you can try and squeeze into a pair.
US men.
Wait, men's shoes? No, I don't wear men's. Ollie, tell us about your dream in this downtime.
Oh my god, no! I think if I spoke about that dream, I think we'd just get demonetized for me speaking about the dream.
No, go ahead. It's at the end of the show. No one will know.
Okay, yeah.
Nobody's even watching anymore.
I dreamed that
We got
I
the
saw.
same size. Same size.
Okay, then you'll try when you come out. You'll love them.
We got
So-
similar size penises as well, and I reckon.
Definitely.
2 months.
We'll do some docking. It'll be fun.
In 2 months, me and Lee are going to the States to stay with Dave. We will be doing a live show where we will be measuring Lee and Dave's feet to see who has the biggest foot.
No, that's for OnlyFans content. You got to pay to see our feet. That's how that's going to be.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm only a size 10.
I
I feel like the little guy here.
Yeah. Well,
Probably.
Well, no, probably it'll be an 11 at US.
Yeah, that's proper. There's nothing wrong with that.
Average, Dave. Come on.
Yeah.
Give
I
me
got a
average.
buddy who
Give-
wears
give
an
me
8.
average at least.
I
how
have
tall
a
are
friend,
you?
I have a
Ollie?
friend who wears an 8 in men's.
How tall are you?
Quite tall, not as tall as you.
How tall
My
are you?
brother's the same size. I've never measured myself.
Oh.
I've never been measured.
You don't know how
Yeah.
tall you are?
Yeah,
I
you're
have
like you're
no
like you're like
idea.
a fat guy saying, I don't know how much I weigh.
You know how much you weigh.
I'm taller than quite a few people, but no, I would say we're about average height.
Like
for
quite a
man,
few
you know?
people. Do you mean quite a few people in your house?
Like
I'm
for
taller than-
Smurfs?
yeah,
You're
my
tall for Smurf?
7-year-old, my wife. My wife is like a Smurf.
So's mine. That's why I married her.
I think Dave's taller than me. You think you're 6'3"?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a
This
Tell
is
us about your
fascinating.
dream. Tell us about your dream, Ollie.
I had a horrible
Don't get
dream
shy
last night.
now.
I was telling the guys, like, I was telling you two. Well, I would tell you, but when I said I'd tell you, I meant I'd tell you, like, not
You
on
said
the
you'd
show.
tell it on the show.
That was a
But it's-
joke.
That
It's a really fucking depressing dream. I dreamt we got fucking nuked
who?
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with Dave talking to you.
3 miles from my house.
No, I've been
It
talking
was.
about
It was.
London.
It, honestly, it was absolutely. Such a fucking terrible
3
dream.
miles from your house, 3 Mile Island.
I was with my dad in town in this dream, and like I never
Buying
go shop. I
paperclips.
know I never go shopping with my dad. You know, that's just not a thing he would do. This is a weird dream right there with my dad in the local town. And then all of a sudden people are just like panicking. And like I said, what's going on? It's like apparently a nuclear bomb's being dropped. And I'm like running home because I don't have my car with me for some reason. So I'm running home. And as I'm running home, there's this weird like noise in the air of I can't explain it, but like a staticky sound in the air, and this fucking weird mist. And looking for this mist as I'm coming over this hill, there is this. It's like the sun is blinding me. It's like where it's gone off because you can see it miles and miles away. Which in reality, the hill that I was in that dream, you can't see shit anyway because there's houses and stuff, but. For some reason,
it was a nuclear explosion.
I was just looking to the sky and literally it was fucking lit up, a weird glow, which is probably a little bit like my lights. But honestly, I woke up and it was probably one of the fucking worst dreams I've ever had because it was just so fucking real.
So what you're saying is all the subtle programming I've been doing for the past a couple months is sitting there. Don't worry, when you come out, Ollie, we're gonna finish this MK Ultra experiment.
Wouldn't it be terrifying? That's what Dave's like CIA job is that one day you're gonna wake up in the basement you didn't realize you had.
No, because
not with family you didn't realize you had.
Not with the family, but making a small low yield thermonuclear device.
I have been thinking about that dream all fucking day. All day, like absolutely scared the living fuck out of me. Like just thinking that I want to get. All I wanted to do was get to my wife and kids. That were it, and it like wow, yeah, very yeah.
Nice to see you got blown in your dream though.
Yeah. On a fun note, America sent part of their nuclear detection task force to Ukraine, and they've been putting monitors all over Ukraine.
What for?
That's a great question. It's a valid question. Excellent question.
Is there a theory? I don't.
Oh, there's several.
This is the point where we get demonetized.
Yeah, if I answer those questions, we will.
No, because I mean, we are
maybe more than that.
We need to point out that we are talking in support of the Ukraine because there is literally no other opinion you can have on YouTube.
Yeah, not on this channel.
So this conversation is with the full hope support with the people of Ukraine.
Sure.
So tell me the outcomes, the theories
of what
they would be for.
What would be for?
The sensors.
What sensors?
Tell me why there'd be fucking the nuclear sensors in the Ukraine.
There's nuclear sensors in the Ukraine? Oh, that's the first I've heard of this.
Kyiv, probably.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm following what you're saying. So, are we speaking the same language?
Let's
go back to the foot size. I think that's where we left off.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Hopefully the aliens will stop a nuclear attack.
Well, this does. With 33,
can you put up the picture of that alien again?
We're 1 hour 33 into this.
He looks like a hero.
Yeah, he's gonna come to our. Yeah, that guy. He's the one pulling us through this.
Might as well crack open another Guinness and crack open my thought I had the other day. So I was thinking about Project Bluebeam, because it's a normal thing to do, and it's what everybody just thinks about on a Friday afternoon.
Better Smurfette.
Yeah, and I was thinking that we constantly talk about Project Bluebeam, like it's always like the fake alien invasion, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not only primed for a fake alien invasion, are we? We're primed for a fake alien intervention too. So what if there was a certain conflict that was happening in the world that was about to go nuclear, that was interfered with by said blue beam aliens?
You're terrifying me right now.
But that seems to be if I was gonna, if blue beam was real, and if I was gonna fake like some sort of, because like that's the thing, right? The whole blue beam thing was to usher in like a new religion type thing, wasn't it? So if I wanted to implement this one world government with a one world religion, and I was going to use a fake alien invasion to do it, an intervention, you don't even need to blow anything up. If anything, the lack of blowing things up is the evidence.
What you really need is a tactical nuclear launch, like a proper one, that is intercepted midair by UFO,
Yes.
caught on camera.
Yeah.
And then we start receiving messages that only the government is getting about how benevolent they are.
Yeah.
And what they expect from us, and that what they want, these good things, and they're going to help us if we start doing these things.
We just want you to be part of the Galactic Brotherhood.
All they want us to do is get on our knees and worship them. That's it.
That's
it.
Just
they're not asking
at
a lot.
time.
They're not asking a lot.
It's like, dude, guys, look, last year you all took one knee. We're just asking you to take two,
and open your mouths.
I am not touching it.
It's all right.
I heard the story about the guy that did.
Well, that's because he didn't touch it in the right spot.
But it just seemed, I don't know. It's that genuinely, I actually think that's plausible. That's a plausible scenario for where we are, because I know that the Congress thing was a bit of a nothing burger. But this is the thing. I've always said this. I'm not really a UFO guy. I am a rabid conspiracy theorist, however.
That's why as far as Congress goes, dude, everything involved in that will always be nothing burgers, because you got people like Sawwell, who's on there, and he was banging Fang Fang, an actual Chinese spy who's banging anyone they told her to. He's legitimately doing that. And then you had Feinstein, who had a Chinese spy as a personal assistant. Like, yeah, you don't trust these people with anything, dude. They're animals. They're animals. They're trying to win these popularity contests by lying their asses off to anyone and everyone. And unfortunately, there's enough low IQ people who are like, oh, he's telling the truth. Yeah, you're going to give him this time. My vote matters.
Yes. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Nothing you do matters. You know.
Well, this was the thing, wasn't it? I haven't looked into this yet, and I really want to, because I kind of don't want it to be real. You might have heard more about this, Dave. Was the like Kennedy running going forward for he's got to be nominated? Is that how the system works in the US? He's got to get
so he has to
nomination.
So he has to run as a Democratic candidate, and he has to primary Biden, which would be unusual for him to get the vote. Yeah. Because typically the incumbent gets it. Like,
he'd have to like unseat a sitting president.
And there's going to be no debates. Like, there's none. That's already a known thing. And there's
going to be no debates at all. So will there be no debates, like presidential debates, even in the?
I mean, I don't see how they could get away with not doing it, but I could definitely see them just not doing it. Like,
what do you mean? You mean like what happened last time?
All the time, dude. They can't put him up there again.
Yeah,
he didn't do good last time. He's going to do terrible now. Like, he just
have you watched the TikToks I sent you? The deep fake TikToks.
I told you I don't click on anything you send.
Oh my god! If anyone that goes on TikTok, there's a guy out there that does deep fake or deep voice fakes of Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Biden
in the back seat,
Bush, and Bill Clinton, but they're in a group chat playing Call of Duty. It's the funniest thing you've ever fucking seen. It's so good. Whoever's doing it is just a straight up genius. It's brilliant.
I've heard the ones where they're in a car ride together. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Biden shits all in the back seat and sliding around in it. He's just always out of it. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of globally we're in a bad place. I think we're in a bad place everywhere. And they keep having to up these antes. They keep having to raise this bar. They keep having to instill this fear. So it would be interesting. You could easily bring in an outside, like the moment mainstream media goes, UFOs are here, our government's going to be like, this is all fake. This is all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
what
100%.
exactly what I did. I was much more into the UFO thing. I mean, like I've said before, that's how me and Ollie became friends.
Completely disagree with both of you right there.
What?
Yeah.
We will say it's all fake.
Mm-hmm.
We are a minority. We are.
Oh yeah, it's the same.
We are small fucking change.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right?
If that hits mainstream media,
everyone will be on board.
Every motherfucker will be on board.
I think the independent creators will switch quickly when they realize see disclosure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Disclosure is the worst thing that can happen for Third Phase of Moon, for Goofon, for UFO Jesus, for any of them, anyone. For maybe not us because we kind of flirt with other things. If
we flirt with the devil,
but they're finished.
Yeah,
the day of disclosure, all those channels are finished because they don't matter anymore.
You basically.
All that would happen on the day of disclosure, though, is other YouTube channels would switch. The big YouTube channels would switch to whatever has happened. So
yeah, and that's not what their audience is there for. So, but like Third Phase, and this is
that's all they'll care about. That's all the fucking world will care about.
No, but this isn't me picking on Third Phase. It's not why I'm bringing them up. I'm bringing them up because they've got a big audience. Their deal is putting videos up that people think might be UFOs. The only reason it's important is because we don't know if they're real or not. So if all of a sudden we know UFOs are real, they're out of a job.
You need to point it properly if you say he's out of the job.
Mr. Squatch throws up Feng Feng is hot. I should do it for me, man. Yeah, it's too submissive.
I know what you're saying. It's over.
Ufology is over at that point because it stops because essentially ufology is a study of pseudoscience essentially because it's not real. It's just opinions about stuff that might be there. Don't get me wrong, there are people like alien scientists out there that are genuine scientists that are looking into UFOs. Do you know what they call themselves? Fucking scientists, not ufologists.
Exactly. You know what I think would happen if the government announced that? All these channels, because I don't think we'll ever see them. We're not going to have anything. So all these channels who base this, right? Like whatever, they're all going to start talking to their insiders. I have insider information on what they look like and what they want. And the government's not telling us. Like that's the tact that'll be like us poor fools in the wilderness. Be like, you're idiots. You're idiots. This isn't real. It's nothing. It's fake. They're pulling the wool over your eyes, man.
Yeah, but that's what happened. Look,
we're going to be the next Alex Jones.
I said it.
No, but look what happened over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Look what you couldn't say on YouTube, or some other platforms.
Dude, look how many people marched in step with that.
Yeah, so imagine this happens,
terrifying.
And what we're not allowed to say. So we might be the ones that are going, there's something a bit wrong with this. And
this show is next thing you know is this show is in fucking fucking deep web. You're listening to us through a fucking onion browser at that point.
You should use them on your phones anyway.
I use VPN.
It's not enough. But I just wouldn't like. I could see that. I could see a lot of things coming out of that, man. But I've spent a lot of time being that kind of crazy paranoid person. When paranoia was a professional benefit. and to think outlandish things is a professional benefit.
Do you believe that we're going to get that? That's a good possibility of it happening, Dave.
What you mean?
What
London get
Lee's saying
nuked?
there?
Yeah, absolutely.
No. That we're going to get that, like, if something does happen, that we're going to get that false flag alien savior or whatever. Or...
This movie has to go somewhere.
It has to go somewhere.
There are resources. It's not an accident. It's not organic. There are resources, and it feels like this is planned.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is like, so ask yourself this question, Ollie. Sit back, take a breath, and think: is that plausible? Yeah, it is. Even if there is
no doubt left anymore.
Yeah, even if there is no alien or whatever, or transdimensional whatever, it's a hell of a play.
Mm-hmm. And there's also it's
like putting globes in classrooms.
We know that we can affect physical matter by observing it. We've proven that. That is a fucking thing.
Yeah.
So we can essentially affect the physical reality around us by thought. I've even before I was kind of doing stuff like this, I've always had this thing with sport where, in general, even when things should kind of be a whitewash, stuff happens in sport. You know, something happens in sport to make it interesting. And there's also been those things I always noticed it more, maybe because like I fucking hate football. This probably comes as a great surprise to anyone from America or someone else that just thinks that if you happen to live within the British Isles, you must like football. But
I'm not keen. Both my boys play football; they love it, and I'm not a big football guy.
Boring. But I always used to go to the pub with my friends on Saturday afternoon and watch football all fucking day. Mr. Tucker. Oh, I wish you were Carlson. Thank you.
Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Hit him, Ollie. You can hit him with your new thing.
No, we need to call him Tucker.
No, we've got a new thing. Hit him.
I should have done a goof on. Thank you.
Do something. Do something nice for us. We're gonna start giving you.
Thank you, Tucker. What a ledge, mate. Yeah. What a ledge.
That's really
cool.
It
really does support the channel.
How do you feel about Smurfs, Tucker?
You know what? I'm gonna make a Smurf fucking TikTok.
All right, she's gotta have like a smaller chest, big booty, kind of a bitchy look on her face.
You've also promised me one of those TikToks for a while now.
I'm gonna promise you on a t-shirt.
No,
you want a Lee one?
Bring the TikToks back up.
Oh,
bring the TikToks back up. That one on the end with the fucking shades and the beard. You told me was based on Rich Northwood.
No,
it is Tate.
It's Andrew Tate. Yeah.
But Ollie told me that's based on Rich Northwood. All of a sudden, Lee's a fucking.
I thought you were the clown.
I miss Rich Northwood. I liked him.
Look, this is not hate towards Rich Northwood. This is we've had a merger. Lee, this is your channel too. Rich Northwood gets a fucking TikTok and I don't.
Well, it wasn't Rich Northwood. It was just a beard.
You told me that was based on Rich Northwood. Those words came out of your mouth, you lying whore.
Am I the lips?
I think I had some inspiration. You are the lips, Dave.
I got good lips.
You have good lips.
Thank you so much, Paul Tucker, ledge.
You mean Carlson, Tucker Carlson.
They be tadpole holding lips.
It is
got me through high school.
Where were we before Paul?
False flag alien invasion.
Before Paul rudely interrupted us with his generosity.
Dave's getting naked. That's what you don't know right now. He's stood
Yeah,
up
this
naked.
is the other new thing we've got for you if you become a channel member.
One day I'll forget to turn his fucking cam off. And he's doing his little naked dance.
I had something good to say as well.
About Logan Paul?
No, it was about fake alien invasion. Oh, sorry, yeah. So I was talking about sport, wasn't I? So when I used to watch football with my friends, I fucking hate doing it. I was like literally, we used to watch every football game on Saturday, and I didn't mind because at least I was getting drunk. But
yeah,
I was
that was the same as me.
But I knew if I could just hold myself through the football, then we'd move pubs. Then I could play pool. I like playing pool. And the thing was, when I was bored in there, I feel. And I know nothing about football, so it wasn't like I was reading the play. You could tell when something was going to happen and when something wasn't going to happen. And it always makes me wonder whether when people are watching football, does crazy stuff happen? Like what happened in the last race of the Formula One in 2021? Crazy end. Is it because so many people are watching and so many people's intents for different things are being forced into reality that make these crazy things happen? Oh, hit the fucking button, Ollie. Thank you, UFO man.
Thank you, UFO man.
How do you feel about Smurfette?
Roll it.
I feel like we need more different ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a pilot. These guys have got in early doors. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Yeah, maybe you
That's
should
a great
have
name.
different
UFO man.
I
wish I'd have called the channel that.
Yeah, that is a good name.
What?
UFO man. The UFO man.
It's a little sexist, gotta say.
Yeah, it is a little sexist, mate. Come on.
I was gonna let Lee's comment about whitewashing.
We should change the channel into like UFO thems.
No, let's not do that. Please. God, let's not do that. Oh no.
Yeah, it's the
Dave, have you got an alien on your cup?
Jesus, fuck UFO man. I hope you're okay. Thank you for.
I hope you're all right, mate. Yeah,
I mean, he's texting. He's obviously alive. That's a fucking win there, buddy.
I mean,
are you out of hospital now? Take it easy. Thinking about Smurfette's dangerous for everybody.
Yeah, man. I need that time. When I had myocarditis, and that was on the verge of a heart attack, and it wasn't a heart attack. I can't imagine what a heart attack must fucking feel like from what I had, like, and that was just like crumbs compared to it. That's what like. Yeah, there were the unit that I got put in. Loads of people had heart attacks, and they all got out and they were all fine. Like the doctors were fucking ace, but they said it was the most fucking scariest thing they'd ever had. So my thoughts go out to you, brother.
Off subject, but on hearts. I was once taken to hospital when I was 20 with a suspected heart attack. And it was because I was trying to stop smoking. So I had I was on nicotine patches, and apparently there was something in that nicotine patch that did not agree with Lee, and it just fucked me right over. And I remember it was probably about 98, 99, something like that. I remember the reason I remember it was that time was because it was slap bang in the middle of Schumacher's dominance of Formula One, and I hated Michael Schumacher, and I remember collapsing in my dad's house, and my dad ringing the hospital up to say, "Look, is it quicker for me to drive him there, or is it quicker to send an ambulance?" And all I could think of was because Schumacher was crossing the finish line and like punching the air, winning a race. And I didn't think about my mum. I didn't think about my friends. I thought, I can't believe I'm going to die. And the last thing I see is Michael Schumacher winning a Formula One race.
Wow.
That was so. Yeah, that's where my priorities were.
It is like that, like the dream that I told you about earlier. Like, I knew, you know, when you know it's a dream, and you do know it's a dream, but for some reason you think, well, I'm going to live this out. That was fucking terrifying to the point where I thought all day about people dying. I don't know if it's because of what's going on in the world. Well, it must be because it is. Let's face it, it's because of what's going on in the world right now.
Mm.
And like, for some reason, I've told you guys this, and I think I've mentioned on the show. I've always considered myself like a non-believer in any sort of fucking god or anything like that. I thought I was a full-blown atheist, and like that's it. It's
Most
all
people,
science.
most sensible people that think they're an atheist should be agnostic. Because you know, like, I think there's something so fucking nihilist about being an atheist.
Yeah, I
Who
do now.
doesn't? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying just towards you. I'm just saying like to even people listen to this, because the
Heather Bird is an atheist, and she's a good friend of the channel. I mean, I've got
but the
respect for
idea, like,
atheists.
why?
But
Why would you? Why? Right. I understand you.
I was.
No, but I understand you not believing in it. But there is something so vehement about being an atheist. It's like you not only do you not believe,
It's its own religion.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
its own religion.
Yeah, not only do you not believe in it, you don't want it to be real. You want nothingness. You want to die and rot and be eaten up by worms.
No, that wasn't the case for me. Yeah, it's not what I wanted. It's just
No,
what I
no,
believed.
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Most people should say. Most people should be agnostic. Like, I kind of don't believe in God, but I kind of want it to be real, because
Oh, yeah.
realistically, that's what any sane person would like. The fact.
I think if you talk to a lot of people, when you find it, and I think a lot of general people have Gnostic beliefs. Like, they believe in God, but they don't think you know any more about it than they do, and there's really nothing they can know or know.
Yeah.
And so they're just kind of moving forward with it. Where most atheist, like true blue atheists, are out there converting. You know what I mean? They're out there on the street corners trying to turn souls. Like, that's what they're there for.
Oh, I mean, I think for every person that moans about getting a knock on the door from the fucking name door-to-door religious service that you know of your choice, I still see I still see more venom coming from the non-believer side towards the believers. Do you know what I mean? Like the when you get the people that are so-called trying to convert people to religion, I kind of at least think there's some good there. You know, it's the idea of wanting to spread their beliefs.
There's a few that I've met along the way that they'll knock at the door and give me the money.
But it's the thing I don't like about atheism is they're trying to rip your beliefs away from you.
Yeah.
And that's who wants to walk up to a kid and like say, "Oh, have you just lost your tooth? Are you going to give it to the tooth fairy?" Fucking no, you're not, because the tooth fairy died in your dreams.
Here's the thing, though. Like, when it comes to beliefs of God and beliefs of just science and everything, it's just by chance that we're here. You know, you live, you die, you get recycled into the earth as fucking whatever, compost. I think when you look at the side that preaches this is what it is, and you'll go here if you're good, blah 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 blah. I think they're as much ridiculous as your fucking hardcore atheist that says there's nothing else other than science, because there is no proof either way, other than what we've done over the last fucking 100 and odd years when we've tried to, I won't say we've tried to disprove God, but we've done, scientists have gone on a journey where they're trying to discover what there is. Then there's some looking for the God particle and all that jazz. But nobody's found it. There is no evidence either way. So, you know, I don't think if you've got no evidence here, you've got no evidence here, then you need to meet up in the middle. You have to meet up in the middle, have a sensible discussion about it.
I still find it fucking wild that you have, like, we have two important days in our lives. The day we're born, because we become real, or say the day we're conceived. I'm one of them. And then the day we die, because we end. Like whatever goes on in this fleshy bit. No, I'm just saying whatever goes on in the fleshy bit's over. So those within
goes away.
Yeah, within what we experience right now, we have two really important days, and then some other stuff happens in between them. I find it insane the lack of public research that goes into the end bit.
Life after death.
That should be
other than a few Netflix shows.
But that should be, if you want to talk about problems that unite the world, yeah, like a problem, fucking death. There's a problem. Like what fucking happens after that bit? And I've no doubt that there is extensive research that goes into it that we don't find out about.
So when you guys come out, I want to get.
Dave's going to kill you. You're going to find out.
We can test this. You guys ever heard of waterboarding?
That sounds fun. Should I bring shorts?
Bring whatever you want.
Should I bring? I'll bring lube.
Oh, that won't be necessary. Blood is lube. Just make sure you say thank you, sir. May I have another one? It's a pro. But so I have some fun. There's no safety word. Don't be a pussy. Man up. Go for the ride. There's no backing out. Yeah, so I got some places for us to check out. Like the big place I'd like us to go to, we may or may not get. I don't know. They've been filming a lot of stuff there, so we'll see. But I have other things that are guaranteed that will be just as fun. And then we'll still have the opportunity to look out over the mountain and the sky. But so, you know, as far as the life and death, the one place we go to is here in town. It's where they used to keep all the bodies. It was an old funeral home / mortuary that then got converted to a business front when they moved the mortuary funeral home from downtown.
I'm going to shit myself out.
Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah, but that's from the rectal stuff, man. And it's going to happen, all right? Call it a purge or a cleanse, whatever you have to justify. Stretch now. I like it now. That's preferredly. That is preferred.
No. I'm not willing to joke. I'm not willing to joke about shitting myself on holiday. I'm going to share. I'm going to overshare. I went through a phase of 4 holidays. 4 holidays I shit myself. And I remember boarding the plane on the fifth holiday thinking, if I do this one more time and don't break the cycle, I'm going to be, oh, do you know Lee? What? Lee that shits himself when he goes on holiday.
That'll probably happen here.
Thankfully, I broke the cycle. The curse is over.
So now we'll get it restarted.
It's not a trend. It was a phase.
That is something my dad used to discuss with me all the time, because me and my dad have life after death discussions and all that jazz. Because I think my dad don't believe in anything, but that is a question he used to say to me when we was walking the dog. He used to say, "What are we before we were born?" He always used to fuck with my brain when it came to life.
I don't know
and death.
what I was before I was born, but I know I still had a big dick.
I mean, Like,
you and your dad have an interesting and unique
it's a
relationship.
fucking. We had honestly had a weird
It's
relationship.
very
talking about-
dynamic. There's a lot of ins and outs here.
But like,
That's usually reserved for Mammy Oliver.
Well, Ollie wasn't an altar boy, so
I think we should do a fucking show on fucking
Parents.
atheists versus believers, because I'm neither. But
it's a terrible idea. It's not going to go well.
Yeah,
a lot of people have tried it. It just doesn't play.
No, we can fix it.
Yeah, no, we'll sort it here. Yeah.
What we should do is we should get people from like of different colors and ethnicities and religions. We should bring all them together. We can fix that too.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine
figure
like
it
a full like fill it up with different religions, so they're all just fucking arguing like who's God's best?
Yeah, that's how most wars were started.
So pretty much
Just
all
a
of
semi little
them.
YouTube one
For now.
a mini one.
Yeah, you know who else had an
Maybe we
idea
find
like
some
that?
common ground.
I think someone else had an idea. Maybe. I mean, it was a little different. They wanted to approach it from an artistic point of view. It was in France. They made a couple cartoons. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It didn't go well. It's best just to there's the bar etiquette. Certain things you don't talk about: politics, religion, basically.
Isn't it strange though? Because we, at the end of the day, we are all exactly the fucking same. We all believe. Our fucking brains believe in different things. We think different things.
Do they?
Well, I can't imagine animals being like us.
No, they're animals. I mean,
we see. This is the thing. I think we're special, and it's like you can even drag this back into the UFO realm with the Fermi paradox. And we're constantly told by science that life should be abundant, and the universe should be teeming with fucking aliens and things zipping about and stuff like that. We are yet to fucking find any of it.
Which means one of two things. Either we're alone, or it's all out there and they just don't want to talk to us.
Yeah. even just the idea that space itself doesn't harbor alien life.
Yeah. There's not life existing. So we're led to believe. We don't know.
Yeah. I always fucking space whales, something like that. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe what I should be thinking is are like planets and star systems and things like that, are they all life? Is the planet itself the space whale?
I agree with Mr. Reckless Ryan. Absolutely.
Yeah, space whale, space jellyfish.
But this is the thing, and what I find funny is that you can't find a culture that hasn't resulted to religion.
Correct.
So
yeah, we're built to believe.
Yeah.
We're built to worship.
Yeah, and I don't. I mean, maybe, or maybe we're not necessarily built to. We're conditioned over time because something's happened. But
yeah, when people discovered different countries, they never came across somebody who didn't worship something.
Yeah, we did. There was no atheist tribe out there. There was
no tribe that just goes, we just get along with things.
Yeah,
we
just
do our own
on.
thing.
Yeah,
and
it's like the myth of socialism. What? It just doesn't work.
What do you mean? Who do you worship? Who do you look up to?
What do you mean?
My dad? My mum?
Yeah.
You don't get
look
that.
Up. You mean like to a tree? It's taller than I am.
You just reminded me. Did you ever see the bit about when Eddie Izzard was hilarious as the
I like how you phrased that. When he
was, yeah. He was.
He was.
When America was discovered and they landed on the beach, and they said, "No, this is our country." He said, "Do you have a flag? We have a flag. Stamps in the ground. Oh well, no flag, no country. I fucking loved Eddie Izzard back then.
So,
Come on,
and
Eddie, come
I
back.
think what's partly the most important thing is, Ollie, when are Lee and I getting Tic Tacs?
Well,
Dave, you cut your hair. We're about to make you one.
Gotta keep changing it up, man. Otherwise the feds, those drawings get a little more accurate each time.
Well, if people spot the channel more, share it out to social media. That's the main thing to do. Maybe we can have a fucking Tic Tac fucking bobblehead. Motherfucker!
That's terrible. Terrible sus bitch. Oh man.
Lee, we started with Logan Paul.
we did.
Did we?
Your Sunday shows seem to have like a trend. I've realized we will start with.
I think we need to start. And to be fair, the audience has stayed, so they get it.
They love it.
The Sunday
We
shows
should
are
invite
hang out
them
and-
on. Who wants to come on and talk to us?
We should do a live call.
Yeah,
Right
we
now.
should. Last
Who
time
would
we
like
did
to come
that,
on
Dave,
right
we
now?
got same-sex porn
Nice.
on the screen.
Was it like something good or?
It was interracial same-sex porn, actually, if you want to be specific.
That matters. You know what that is? That's equity. Okay. It's
I
equity
do
and
want-
diversity. We can get behind that. Or
We-
they definitely got behind that. Whoever
Right,
sent it was
okay.
definitely behind.
Okay, Lee, if you're up for it next Sunday,
No, we could do it right now. Somebody'd want to talk, right?
I
You
think
wanna-
maybe right next Sunday, if anyone out there wants to do a call in, but we need to do a deal. We need to be civil about this.
no nakedness,
I want
microphone.
I want you to
headphones.
specify in the chat that you're going to come on. And
COMEON.
yeah. And I need you to be
Sorry.
sat in front of your webcam because we can just bring it down the bottom, can't we? It doesn't
Yeah,
need
you don't have to wear
come-
pants. That's fine.
Doesn't even have to come into the chat.
I'm not wearing pants.
Neither am
But
I.
just with like we'll have like you need something written that we can see on the camera with like "Hi, alien addict," and then we'll know you're a fucking real person sat behind a camera.
Or
And then if you do choose to porn bomb the fucking show, at least you've outed your face before we do it.
yeah, we like to keep those pictures personal.
But that seems like a good way of doing it, doesn't it? Yeah, if you legitimately want to come on the show just to chat to us, we can vet it that way.
Dude, you guys got to have more faith in our audience. If our audience is there at this point,
No, we
2
did
hours
have
and 12 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't think you were
They're
there,
solid.
Dave, for that one.
We
It
did.
was
We
really
did
hard.
have faith. We did have faith in.
was
our
it 2
audience.
hours
It
and 13 minutes? And
It did. No,
7
no, but it
seconds in?
didn't go well. Like the faith.
No,
It
I
sounded,
thought-
sounded like it went pretty well,
The
actually.
faith was misplaced, Dave. The faith was misplaced.
I've realized why it went wrong. I've realized why
Why?
it went. I put the link and went.
You put
I
the link on OnlyFans.
No, I put the link on Twitter and I put hashtag UFO Twitter.
Oh, that's a terrible idea. Yeah.
Did you really?
I think I did. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we should test it. Test it
didn't
right
know
now.
how-
No
But
wonder
also-
you wanted me involved in this
that's-
shit show. I'd
of
have never
course.
let that happen on my watch.
Of course, that's something I'll do. I'm telling you, you should throw it in the chat right
Oh,
now.
I'll-
There's
okay,
somebody
I'll
there
put-
who'd be down.
Why not? Right.
Yeah.
If you're real
Let's test it.
and you want to come on and have a chat for how long are we going to go for, Lee?
I didn't mean now.
Yeah, now let's test it out. I have to prove that these people that listen or follow us right now, 62 of them,
Okay,
You're not gonna let us down.
Quickest on the draw. Quickest on the draw.
but it's at the end,
we'll bring-
end of the show. End of the
Yeah,
show,
it's
so we
fine.
can-
Yeah, if it all goes wrong, we can pull it down and clip it out. It's fine. We still got a show.
Yeah. Oh, you put it on there.
He did it, Dave. He did it. Look at him. Look at Johnny
You're-
Big Bollocks.
You're
up there.
such a fool, Ollie.
Why you just
Why would you do?
you're taking advantage of me because I've drunk 4 cans of beer.
Oh, never listen to me.
Right,
Never
I'm gonna-
listen to me.
I'm going to go for a wee. But if you do come on,
That's
You
where I
wanna
went.
come on.
Yeah.
Like you got to do this.
Plot
You
twist.
got to do.
Plot
You got to do.
twist. Ollie was the gay
What's that?
porn guy all along. He's just going away to do it.
I was trying to think if I could do it from my phone.
I
gotta log out.
I won't be a minute.
Oh, he got a real person.
What? No. Look at that.
I am so drunk and I'm going to get so sacked.
How you doing, Mr. Gibson?
Just keep your penis in your pants and we'll be fine.
Is that my real name? Fuck.
I'm gonna piss myself. That went so well.
It was awesome. Oh, please, someone else come on. That was awesome.
You just missed.
Oh shit! I left my microphone, didn't I? You heard me urinate.
No, nobody can hear a dick that small piss, bro. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
We're not fucking superheroes. Like, that's not happening.
Oh,
And your mic's not that good.
you can still see your name.
You still see your name?
That was a really bad idea.
No, it's fine.
It's too
fine,
late.
man. Yeah, your hair, like, we got it.
How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming on.
Oh, is that an alien T-shirt you got on there?
Oh, it's yeah.
Oh yes, mate.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Fucking dressed for the occasion and everything. Thank you
Favorite
for
t-shirt
making me
ever.
laugh so hard, my throat.
Ollie owes you an apology because he's staring at your chest. Ollie, stop sexually harassing the
It's
guests.
the nipples. It's the nipples.
Yeah. I don't know about that
I
here.
mute that screen, but not this one. I'm hearing you in echo.
Oh, if you turn the are we coming out of your screen as well?
Probably.
Common fucking accident with this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. We got one at a 64, 62. That's awesome.
Well, the thing is, mate, like not everybody like. Some people just want to chill out with a beer or a coffee,
A whiskey.
or a whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Well,
can
the
you
link's
imagine
still
that?
good. We can join more people, and Footy is laughing his or her ass off. Come on, Footy.
How you doing, Ian? You all right, mate?
I'm doing good. I'm a few sheets to the wind already.
Good for you, man.
I'm not listening to you guys at 1.5 times speed. So when you were talking slow, I was like, you guys are pissed. But no, that's not what's happening.
No, we just talk slow.
Yeah.
That's just us. I mean, we talk slow because we are slow.
So what brings you to UFO channels then?
That's a great question.
A link from a friend. So I used to think about 2018 that, forgive me, Dave, but most of this UFO stuff was rednecks wanting their bums fiddled with.
Oh no,
And-
we're very pro that. No, I'm all about that.
Join the club.
I mean, come on, man. Like, no, I'm on that side of the team. Butt stuff is the right stuff.
But then I saw Flavor come out, and I thought, actually, there's a bit more you got to pay attention to, right? And then you dig into Lazar, and I get the whole thing with Lazar now, the full circle that we're going through with that. But it's all good stuff.
How long have you been into it for?
Well, about 5 years. What's that? 2018, something like that.
Yeah.
When did Flavor come out? Was it 2017?
Something
so,
like that.
something like that,
Just
Yeah.
just
And nobody
before-
believes me. None of my friends think I'm sensible. They all think I'm a bum fiddler.
Well, mate, Ian, it's not a thing in the UK, is it? Like UFOs, like if you talk to the average Joe when you're in the pub about a UFO, they'll literally will look at you like you're nuts.
Have you guys heard of Pentarch in Wales?
No.
That's worth a wee Google, a wee delve into YouTube. It's like a Rendlesham, but nobody talks about it. And there's about 7 good videos on YouTube. Well worth a deep dive. So it's a place
How's that
in
spelled?
Wales.
It's gonna be spelled fucking weird, and it's fine
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Z.
Kentar with the silent H.
Hold on, I'm going to find it.
Some people in the chat are blown away that the link is real.
Yeah, you guys are not shills. You're not CIA shills. And
Well, take that that easy.
We'll if somebody
As
else
long as the
comes
checks
in,
don't
we'll
bounce.
wait a little bit just to make sure there's not a repeat like there were before. Oh, we've got a new one, but just check it, Lee, before we bring it in. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I can give you the spelling if you want, but it's not like a Rickroll or something worse. Can I do that to you guys?
do me a
There's-
favor, Dan Mill. It's Dan Mill. It's Dan Mill.
Is Dan safe?
I think Dan, hold your lighter up. Wave it. Wave to show me your reel. Yep, he's safe. He's safe. He's good. It's good. It's good. Bring him up.
Oh, this is gonna go off the rails into the pitch blackness. All right,
We have
there's
to.
something.
And now he's gonna put the lighter on and his knobs out.
The monolith from Mars. It's not his knob.
I still got a beard though, mate.
How you doing, lad? You all right, mate?
Yeah, I brought you.
Very good, mate. Very good. This is great. This is fun.
Yeah, nice to
Thanks.
join. Dan, what got you into UFO weirdness?
What got me into it? Oh,
Yeah.
I saw a UFO many years ago, mate. Last time I did the live show thing, like what we're doing now, it got disrupted by some clowns. But I'll try to explain. Last time,
Oh God, yes, you were, mate.
do you remember?
Yes, I do. That's when the penis came out. Yeah, I remember.
It's up and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, you know. So yeah, man. Yeah, I was driving home from work from Manchester. This was, I think, at about 2010 or something ish. I could give you dates if you really need it, but I'll have to check in my workplace when I finished and started, etc. But yeah, I just seen a bright light. I thought it was a helicopter at first, with like search rescue type thing, because I was on the the moors on the M62 on the way back from Manchester to Leeds, and literally it just sat there for ages, flashing, just sparkling away. I thought, that's a bit bright. Driving away, hitting 90 down motorway, and all of a sudden it just absolutely hit. It's the fastest thing I've ever seen in my life. It just vanished down to the ground, like behind. You could see the silhouette of the hills, in the background, because it was dark at the time. Sorry, it was late on as well. No, I forgot to tell you that. And literally, it just vanished, like instant, I don't even know, as fast as anything you can think of. Do you know what I mean?
Not many of them go down.
No, that's the thing. I always remember afterwards when I started getting to YouTube and stuff like that. I remember seeing that Jerusalem one. I remember you saying it was a hoax or something like that.
I think that I used to believe that one, but I think that one has been proved. That was so well done though, because they did that from so many different angles as well.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah, it just reminded me of that. It pretty much exactly identical to that, mate. But it, rather than going up in the sky, it went downwards, and I thought, wow. Even if I thought, even if that were a helicopter, gravity wouldn't even take it that fast. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing what could just make it from sat there perfectly still for so long. For that minute or something, I saw it just sat there and it just went boom. It was gone. It was like instant. And that was years ago. And then obviously quit my job, become self-employed, got a shop and all that. Decided to start watching YouTube, and as you go, I've seen other things as well since then, but that's the one what really hits me. It's like I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's like I've seen there's nothing. It's unreal. Do you know what I mean? I wish I even had a camera on my car at the time, but it was years ago, mate. Do you know what I mean?
You must be near kind of Leeds area then. Like,
yeah, I live in Leeds.
I know. Yeah, I know. We've had a discussion. Like, do you remember quite a few years back when it was there was like something went out on the local news, but there was like a weird red glow all over the Leeds area, and nobody knew what it was.
Yes, I do, bro. And
That was about, I think that was about, was it about 7 years ago? Because I was working in Leeds at the time, and I'm like, there was, and I remember coming out of a shopping center,
yeah,
and just walking outside to my car, and then all the sky was fucking lit up red. This was in the evening, and it was like, it wasn't, you know, when you see red clouds and they just like loads of times we see that over here, where you just look out on a night and you'll see like a red sunset that's going down, that really, but this was like, I can't explain it. It was a foggy, like kind of day, and then everything was red over Leeds, just
yeah.
fucking bright red.
It felt like Armageddon was coming, wasn't it?
It was weird, and like,
was that the there was like a Sahara dust storm thing?
no, it was. I know which one I was in London when that happened. I remember that. That was weird as well. This was totally different. It was like there was a weird haze, like almost like a fog, but when you looked out to the distance, you would see just red at one side. It wasn't, so if you looked at the other side, where the sun was, there was literally like a bright sun, but this was from the other side, and it was just red, like some sort of, like it was reflecting off something, and it was just all over Leeds, and loads of people spoke
Off
about
the
it.
dome, Ollie.
Yeah. No, but it was odd as hell, really odd.
Yeah, I still think the weirdest like UFO thing, would have been the, I don't know. Would have been the airport one at Christmas time. What, 2000 would have been like 2017 as well, wouldn't it? So around 2016, 2017, when was it Gatwick that was shut down because of they said it was drones. They said there was a drone that was flying, but like, so it was a Gatwick.
I think it was Gatwick.
Yeah,
you have to Google it.
So like one of the biggest airports in the world, like all flights completely grounded because there was this thing. Then there was a video that came out that someone took from the thing, which showed like a light in the sky that was going up and down. They ended up saying it was people that were never caught, that it was multiple drones being used. So, but even back then, you were saying like even like drones you could buy, you're getting like 30 minutes flight time out of these motherfuckers, and they're expensive as well. So you would have needed a fleet, because like this was 48 hours. They couldn't shoot them down either. You know, I remember seeing the like videos of people on the trailers, you know, with rifles, because they were going to try and shoot these things out of the sky. I just like that. It reminded me of the O'Hare Airport incident.
That was interesting.
Yeah, but that was the weird thing that was for a few hours though, wasn't it? That's the crazy thing about the Gatwick one, is you're talking like 48 hours. This was happening for. Really weird.
Could it have been a drone though? But like, I mean,
I don't know. I don't think, because I think you'd have caught the people, because you'd have had to have right. So what? Let's go. No conspiracies. There's a drone over, like flying around in airspace above an airport. Yeah.
With
the
possibility of taking out an aircraft.
Yes. So for some unknown godly reason, we can't shoot the fucking thing. You know, it's like we do, for some reason we can't get like a trained sniper to just fucking.
We don't have guns.
That's an unbelievably difficult shot, by the way.
Yeah. No, I'm sure, but like we have infinite amount of time here. You know, it's because we need to get this problem sorted. So, but we can't shoot it down anyway. So that's not happening.
So there's a way they take down drones, is they do signal interruption, is they just jam the frequencies it transmits on, and it either immediately comes down or returns to home.
Right. So now here's the other thing. So if we can't shoot it down, so this is something we can't do, and we can't jam it for some reason, then why can't we follow it? Because at some point, because this will for 48 hours, you haven't got one drone up doing that for 48 hours. So you follow the fucker back to where it's going to get charged up.
Mm-hmm.
So so what was happening? How didn't we at least find out who was doing it? That whole thing, I think, might be the most interesting British UFO case of all time, which was just quietly explained away and no one talks about anymore. That's more interesting than fucking Rendlesham. Because Rendlesham is a tape recording and a lot of stories. This was on the news. Because the whole of the fucking UK knew that one of our international airports was out of commission for 2 days.
I think the Rendlesham case, though, there is footage.
Allegedly, yeah, that they took pictures and photos.
Right? Yeah. No.
Video.
I'm sure they did.
No one's seen it. No one's seen it.
Yeah, I mean tactile stuff we've got.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how many people don't want to believe anything. You know what I mean? Like if you give them a mildly look at the natural phenomenon, the whatever that thing is called, the sun flare, whatever at the top. It looks like it looks like some kind of spotlight at the top being shown around the sky. They're like, this is a natural phenomenon. Cool. How is it caused? That's very interesting that light would refract like that. Oh well, we don't know. But you said it was natural. Oh yeah, it's definitely natural. We believe it could be like a lot of things. Okay, so I mean, you've tested, right? Oh no, we don't know. And everyone's like, oh, it's natural, man. You're making a big deal about nothing. They just said it was. They didn't give any kind of plausible, like how any of this works. They said, oh no, it's totally natural. It's swamp gas. It's fine. Everyone's like, oh, you're crazy. It's clearly swamp gas. They're right. And all the NPCs just go back to their lives. What's that?
People are just easily led.
Yeah.
They want to be. Like, they want to be.
It's easy life.
Do you want to know? Like, obviously, I'll be careful about this. I read something fucking hilarious the other day, and it was what's the fucking, not the NHS, the
Medicaid, Medicare.
No, it's in the UK. It's for like learning like life, like CPR and stuff like that. Anyway, whatever this entity is with it, like in the UK that I can't think of, there was a like a promotional tweet I saw, and the promotional tweet was like how to do CPR and give chest compressions to people in the event of cardiac arrest. And the reason for this like thing of like saying you can come to these drop-in centers and we'll teach you how to do it. And the reason for it was they had at the bottom, 98% of people will see somebody going into cardiac arrest in their lifetime. I read that and thought, since fucking when?
Right.
Since fucking when? But you can this sort of thing, and obviously we've got to be careful about what we say. But you can quite easily this whole scenario will be explained away by, well, fucking might heat up. Maybe the planet's heating up. Maybe you just had too much coffee. Maybe you're having too many cold showers. That was my favorite one. My favorite one was
I'm not having enough cold showers.
No, my favorite one was don't have cold showers. You could have a heart attack. But yeah, I just when you talk about like crazy things people will just believe or look at, fucking weird.
Yep.
St. John's Ambulance. Thank you, Ben Jones. Thank you very much.
What happened? I didn't see that.
No, that was someone put in the comments what I was wanting to say.
St. John's Ambulance.
Yeah.
I heard much of St. John's in a long time.
Is it? Can I ask? I'm not sure. I obviously don't want to break any rules, but obviously, apparently, there's more deaths now
than in the height of the thing. Yeah. There is more excess death right now for some crazy. I believe it's something to do with cold showers.
Like I say, I don't want to obviously say what.
Yeah. No, it's yeah.
Channel.
I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got to be careful on the tube.
We don't want fucking. We don't want big ice bath getting on us.
I live near the airport, so you occasionally hear lots of fucking noise as well. Planes going by literally over my head, so it's like fucking. So if you can hear a lot of noise, I apologize.
No worries. I wonder what happened to Ian. He's ducked.
Yeah.
He put at the YouTube the video link.
He might have just popped in say hello and then popped back.
Well, he did an excellent job at that.
He did. It's okay. We'll dox him later.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
No
in
need
time,
to
mate.
take care of that.
That guy jumped in and he went, "Oh, we've got 61 or something." 62. I thought, "Oh, I'll jump in just to say hello." I jumped in and he jumped straight back out. I thought, "Oh, well, I'm here now."
No. I've put the link out for people to join if they want to join. They can.
You should throw the link out again, Ollie. I mean, it might be too far up in the chat now.
Oh, wrong one. There we go. That was what I was trying to do. Good man.
Dude, I laughed so hard. That was awesome. Don't worry, not enough people watch this show for it to matter too much.
Dan, have you?
But to be fair, the small amount of people that do watch this show are fucking crazy.
Oh, at the end of the show, only the really crazy people are still here. That's the worst time to put your name
on
out.
this show years ago when he used to be like in his kitchen with his mate. I'm
Getting pissed. Yeah.
Honestly, I swear to God, mate, I have never howled so much in my life. Sometimes it's so much shit you were coming out with, and that's what made me subscribe. I was fucking absolutely laughing my bollocks off.
Yeah, that's my best mate, Stu, and
he's a good lad. You know, you should have him back.
He is a good.
He's best mate.
He's in the UK. He's my best mate in the UK.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But no, he's a good lad. He's a good lad. No, I need to get him on more often. He's gone down loads of rabbit holes though, mate. He won't mind me saying this because he may catch up on this show, but yeah, I had to have a word with him back in. Do you remember when 2012 was it 2012 when the Mayan calendar thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just for a split second, can you imagine the position you're in when your mate, which has a YouTube channel, has to go?
I did have a YouTube channel in 2012.
These conspiracy
YouTube channels. So listen, the shit you're getting into is way too out there, man.
Yeah,
this is me talking.
2012 though, I didn't have a YouTube channel, and like my best mate, we did a 2012 drink. Like we had drinks all around here, and it was just like a little bit of a fun, but that fun turned into like, fuck, we're gonna die. And he was that man that was like, he's had too much to drink, we're gonna fucking die. I've just had kids. He'll laugh about it if he watches it. But yeah, no, he'd watched a lot of conspiracies on the Mayan prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
But
I genuinely I fell in with the 2012 thing. Yeah. I thought there was something there. I wasn't alone either. Did you know? I think it was when Muse put Black Holes and Revelations out. Because like if you listen to Muse,
was that their last good album?
Do you know what? I used to think that. Apart from the fact that the
last
Matt Bellamy tries to sound like fucking Queen too much, at least guitar wise.
Not a bad thing. Queen, awesome.
I don't like Queen, but he's a big conspiracy man. Big conspiracy man.
You don't like Queen? I feel like you were just glossing over that. I don't like Queen. I'm gonna keep going. Ollie and I look at each other in the kid. Look, what that guy just said?
I don't like musicals. That's the thing, and I know it's odd because I'm a musician, but I don't like musicals.
He's a gay man. Yes, it's a musical.
And but that's the thing. And most Queen songs sound like it could be from musicals. That's why it doesn't work for Lee. Yeah. So Dan, a massive homophobe. No,
that makes way more sense.
But I just don't like the music. But Yeah, he's a massive conspiracy theorist, and like, but Matt Bellamy like started prepping because of the research he was putting into the album. Like, apparently, he got himself in
Really?
he got himself in a bad way about 2012. Muse are one of those bands, same as Nine Inch Nails. Like when you listen to some of the stuff, especially there's like some of the songs on Hesitation Marks. Certain bands you listen to, and maybe it's me reading too much into it. You go, oh, you've heard something, haven't you? You've got to that fucking point within the industry where someone said, well, check this out.
Lee, can I ask you something, mate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember, obviously, before all this shit show happened, yeah, a couple of years ago? Do you remember, obviously, Tool released their last album?
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
No, I will have listened to parts of it, but I've never been like a huge like Tool guy. But
really interesting lyrics, mate. Just literally before all shit show happened, mate. You should be listening to it, then.
I'll have a listen. Like the other interesting one I found was, did you hear? Who fucking was it? I think it was Bring Me the Horizon. They put a song out in lockdown. Parasite Eve, that was it. That's got some fucking interesting lyrics, and especially like, I mean, I did bits with bands that, you know, I was never signed by anyone, but we were all right. But I've got friends which are signed in different bands.
Yeah,
and it's you don't just knock a song out like that. You know, you do it doesn't just appear, and that fits something. Like that fitted a situation so well. It was weird.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd really just interestingly listen to the last album they released literally just before. I think it was 19.
Yeah, I will. Like Tool are one of those bands that whenever I hear Tool stuff, I go, oh, I really like that. It's like there's certain bands that escape you, like Deftones are another one. Lee should love the Deftones, but they've just kind of escaped me over the years. Whereas I should listen to Tool just because I'm a fucking drummer, and Danny Carey's fucking amazing. Yeah, so it's definitely something. Like I should, but yeah, I'll listen to that album. Definitely.
Dan, you know you live next to an airport.
Yeah.
How often does the airport get shut down and not spoken about? Because I've heard that sometimes airports go down for quite some time, but it just doesn't hit the media. But like one of my mates in Scotland told me like about sometimes the airport around his place, and he's in the RAF. Like they can keep things quiet, but even though like passengers will be aware of it and stuff like that, like planes are being delayed, but in reality nothing's fucking taken off for a long time.
To be honest with you, mate, I've never really thought about it because it always, generally when I'm here, it seems to be busy all the time.
Is it always constant?
Yeah. Yeah, all the time it's quiet when fucking bullshit was going on, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, but I have, to be fair, I have seen a few odd things coming over this way which you wouldn't expect near an airport, if you know what I mean. Could be satellites, but some, you know.
Oh, do you mean just lights going over?
Yeah, just bizarre, just weird lights, just acting a little bit strange. I mean, but you never think, not a wow factor as such.
Yeah, I appreciate you said satellites because like there's so many people they'll just say, yeah, I've seen a light in the sky and it's fucking. I think it's an alien, and they'll never say satellite. Oh,
yeah, I'm realistic. You know, the stuff what's unbelievable and there's light stuff. Yeah, it could be that, could be this. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm always one of them. I've to be fair, one of the bizarre things what I thought what a satellite and saw, because you can tell obviously when you're looking high up in the sky when it's clear, just you can tell things what really like not in the atmosphere and what things, you know, what traveling in a sense, you know, when you look, you know it. And I saw a little blimp traveling, but rather than just going in a straight line, it was like blinking on and off, but it was going in like a zigzag way almost, which was bizarre. It's just an odd thing to see. Rather than going in a straight line, it was like it was blinking one way, then going zigzagging and blink. But it was obviously it was very high up. You could tell it was miles away, very, very far up. And
I think Lee saw didn't you see a zigzagging UFO?
No.
Or something that you filmed or something, and it was...
Oh, no, yeah, but it looked stationary from where I was.
Yeah.
And then it
saw the
seemed to
pictures.
be, it seemed to be like different colors. I was like, that's... I've seen there was another woman took similar pictures of it, of something that I took like 3 of this thing before it disappeared, and but when it looked multicolored, it was odd. Yeah, it was strange enough for me to like, because I saw it coming home, like I was walking home from the pub, and it was strange enough for me to like get home quicker and get my camera out, and luckily it was still in the sky, and we took a couple pictures of it.
So I think I saw in the chat, Mr. Squatch, he said he was going to enter, but he didn't want his real name to pop up. Just change it. You have the opportunity to put anything you want.
Oh, you can put any name on screen.
Put your real name. I love that you did that.
As well, mate, I just need to just remind you of, mate. Do you remember the White Rose incident?
No, what's that?
You mean when I filmed that UFO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that UFO, right, when I was on York Road driving towards, which is like the direction of the White Rose. So I mean, it's like, if you obviously Leeds, don't you?
Yeah, because it's a terrible shopping center. I remember, and literally, I went.
I was over in Killingbeck.
I put that out, I think, literally as I'd filmed it, just after as a short. I think I did, and it was
weird because I remember it was a broad daylight with red hot, nice bright.
Absolutely, yeah. I was having a pint outside. I was on a pint. Like the only pub that place has.
I was driving towards Leeds City Centre from the top end of Leeds, and I saw that. And I remember I'm pretty sure I either emailed you or messaged you years ago about when it happened.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we had a discrepancy with the dates because I think was it a Saturday or I can't remember.
Mate, I can't remember. It probably would have been if I'd have been in the shopping centre.
Yeah, I think it was a Saturday, but I think you said, I saw this Saturday and it was like a certain day, and I saw the exact same thing over that direction the Saturday afterwards, but we could have been mistaken with dates, but it's something what I always remember because I thought, why would that's such a bright light? It's like a star in the middle of broad daylight, and like I could see it. But because I was on York Road, which is like a dual carriageway, you can't just pull over and just take pictures or whatever. You trapped in on a dual carriageway, do you know what I mean? So I couldn't just pull over and start recording or take pictures. But I remember seeing that, mate. And then literally a day later or whatever, you posted it, what you'd seen. I was like, fucking hell, man. Fucking he's seen it. He's there. He's in fucking White Rose Centre recording it. So anyway,
yeah, mate. I mean, I don't know what it was. It was just a blinking light. It's still up on the channel somewhere.
Yeah. But
I'm just having a pint and I'm filming it and going, what the fuck is that? And then Paul Out There channel did a 9-hour debunk. It came up with a panda balloon bear. Like he said, it was an escaped, like a mile balloon panda.
Yeah. But it was sat there for ages, though. I saw it. I was driving for ages and it did not move. I saw it. It was sat there for ages, and obviously, occasionally I would go behind some trees or some buildings, and it disappeared, obviously, because I couldn't see it. Then when I got back on where it was clear, I could see it there, and all of a sudden it disappeared, it just vanished.
Yeah, it were odd, mate. It were odd.
But
did it move in a stupid way?
No,
I don't.
Look, it was, to me, it
just
was stationary.
like
Yeah.
there.
And obviously, I'm driving down a dual carriageway from top end of Leeds back into Leeds towards Leeds City Centre, which is in the direction of where White Rose is. If you continue past Leeds City Centre, you're gonna eventually come to White Rose where you were that day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I cross that area every time I'm driving like home, so I always go past that Leeds area.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Squatch?
Mr.
You made it
Squatch.
on, man.
It's not Mr. Squatch, it's me.
There we go.
I figured out to unbox myself.
He's back.
No, come on, because you come on.
What an absolute fan.
And you run away.
We've got the real Mr. We've got two
the real
Mr.
Squatch. Twin Squatches.
That's not something you see every day.
The real Mr. Squatch has only just come on because he's like, who the hell is this guy that's in?
Yeah, that was the motivation.
Listening?
I'm the real Mr. Squatch.
I'm Spartacus.
There's only one Squatch.
No, there's two, Ollie. I know you can't read, but there's clearly two.
Hello from Texas.
Have you guys watched Professor Simon, or I can't remember, the Phenomenon Radio? They're looking at Rendlesham. They've got John Burroughs on.
Professor Simon, he's the guy with he's brilliant. I love him.
So he's repeating the same show that Phenomenon Radio are doing. They're looking at Rendlesham. They've got John Burroughs on it, not saying much because he can't, but he's letting them ask and figure out some of the questions, and it's fascinating. So well worth a watch. I think the underlying theory they're not saying is it's basically linked with radar, so the Foo Fighters. It's linked with plasma, and I think they were trying to figure out what the science is if you crank up your RF frequencies or whatever your radar frequencies, what happens to the atmosphere, and there's something in that area that also goes wrong. So I think that's all linked.
So Professor Simon's me and the professor. I think he lives in France, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah. Down in France.
We're in conversation in email back and forth over when the Calvine UFO was peaking again.
I remember this.
Yeah.
I think
we've been back and forth, and he almost came on the channel, but he's quite reserved when it comes to coming on a live show. But I've asked him a few times if he would consider coming on. The last time we spoke, he said that down the line he may come on. So that I'd love to get that guy on.
His investigation, which took probably 8 months, was brilliant. They probably did about 10 videos on it, and they
didn't he used to work for the BBC? Did he work for the BBC?
He was I think an editor for the BBC, but he knew what's the name of the journalist, David something that got the photo.
Yeah.
So he got a lot of the background information. One of the brilliant ideas was it was actually a reflection of a rock on a lake, and got these people going to the various places and taking pictures and stuff. It was really fascinating. But the end answer, if you don't want a spoiler, look away now, is it's probably a radar. What do you call it, antenna or something to bounce radar off, so you can calibrate your own radar equipment, and that's why the Harrier is in the picture.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I saw the like the rock in the water theory. I was like, I don't know whereabouts you are in Scotland, but I'm guessing.
You've already been tracing my IP.
Tracing your accent,
Did you
mate.
tell him from Scotland?
Yeah. But like the first thing I noticed, being from the Isle of Man and like going up to the mountains, is when you get a particularly mist-heavy day. Like people were saying, oh well, you wouldn't be able to see something in the sky and it'd be that misty. And I can totally see a scenario like up on our mountains where you would get that sort of hill fog, but you would still see something that was in the sky as well, but you wouldn't see the background of it. I just find it interesting that if it was a radar thing or if it was a rock in a pond, I don't think it would have. I don't think the story would have lasted as long as it did before even any photographic evidence came out.
Though, did it? I mean, nobody really knows about it other than us idiots.
I think so. Yeah, over the years, you've had the like the artist impression that came out of it. And you are. I think it's been fairly steady that there's been reminders of that case.
Do you know the fun fact about the picture is that was the inspiration for the X-Files for the "I Want to Believe" poster, because it was in the MOD. Was the MOD?
I thought it was Billy Myers UFO that was.
It's Billy Myers picture.
Yeah, it's Billy Myers.
But the idea that it was on the wall behind the FBI.
Oh yeah, because it was on Nick Pope's fucking.
I think it was before Nick Pope. I think he inherited the wall, as it were.
Yeah,
and then it got taken down after.
That's really interesting.
The real Mr. Squatch. Do you guys over there? Did you see the Calvine case when that came out?
Yes.
Was it a big deal? Like, because the US is all over you. I mean, to us in the UK, the US is all over UFOs. Was it made a big deal of?
It wasn't made a big deal here. I mean, not from my perspective. But I kind of drift in and out of the UFO game. I'm just an observer from the outside. I don't really care about UFOs, but I enjoy the spectacle.
So I was going to ask you, what bring you here? What brings you into
I love the show.
absurdness?
I mean, I found you through Steve Cambion. So
All right.
I mean, that's how I came to the show. And then, I grew a great disliking of goof on through Steve.
So the trick is we don't fall out with Steve Cambion, otherwise we're fucked.
No, you're fine.
Well, I've got no hate for Rich, and I've got no hate for Steve, and I like them both. Just Rich fell out with me,
Yeah. He's just difficult at best. I mean, he really is a sour human being. I mean, really, just to watch his show every night, it's like I feel sorry for the people that give him money. I mean, because I just don't get it. But hey, each to their own.
Not everything's for everybody. That's it, isn't it?
I agree. I mean, he's a nice fella, but
I hope he's doing well.
Opinionated.
Yeah, I wish him the best. I mean, everybody's got their place.
Yeah, I think we determined not everything's for not everyone when I was reading the comments about Smurfette. So
Well,
I'm kind of out there on my own, I guess.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely out there on my own. I'm used to it. It's fine. Very comfortable with it.
So, Squatch Texas. What brought you into see? I just consider the UFOs and stuff as a conspiracy field. I always think if you like UFOs, you probably think the world's run by interdimensional lizards, like I do. So, what brought you in?
I've seen some weird shit. I mean, in my life. I've been in the solid waste industry for 34 years. So I spent a lot of my life being up.
You work for the government?
What?
You work for the government?
No, I work for private companies. But just seen a lot of weird stuff in the sky over the course of my life.
Yeah.
I've seen probably more sunrises than most human beings do, just because of the sheer nature of what I've done as an adult. So
that's interesting. So, Mr. Squatch, it's all about the Squatch. How'd you get that? How'd that happen? Passionate for the Squatch?
No, actually, no. Actually, don't like people.
That's the best answer you could fucking give it. It's like, you're better than the Squatch? No. I don't care about that at all.
There's a fucking Bigfoot hunter out there. So pissed off with
they're fucking losing.
Funny story to the Bigfoot thing. So started the whole, Twitter thing, Bigfoot. I found it remarkable that I started getting invited to, conventions and conferences and stuff. It's like, hey, would you like to, be one of the? Dude, I'm not a real person. I'm a Bigfoot. But There's a
I
couple.
would've definitely gone.
I did. I went to 2 of them.
Yes.
So, I met Bobo and Cliff Bergson a couple of times. Those are two very interesting humans.
I would have, if I were in your shoes, I would have been tempted to come up with some very over-sexualized Sasquatch encounter, like ridiculous, so everyone listening would be uncomfortable. I'll definitely be a guest speaker.
Yeah, I was deep dicked by a Sasquatch, in the woods.
So Mr. Squatch isn't into Sasquatch.
I know, isn't it
Likes
great?
the name.
He shaved.
It's awesome.
It is
awesome, dude. That's something I would have totally done something.
I'm just
like
a
that.
Bigfoot troll. I mean,
I get that. It's fun sometimes. Yeah.
I mean,
who's the Docs Master? I've just been for a wee and again.
Here's what's really funny.
I just thought I couldn't take on.
Like on Expedition Bigfoot, Travel Channel will actually put my name in there and tweet with the show with Ronnie and with everybody else.
That's
because
awesome.
It's like, all right, I'm just a dummy from Texas. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Well, we won't hold the Texas thing against you.
Actually, I'm a Chicagoan by birth, but
no, let's go back to the Texas thing.
I know. I've been in Texas.
Let's not. We got one guy doxed himself. Don't do 2. Yeah,
it's all right.
Think of Gazunga then a lot then.
I'd actually tweeted and said I was hurt that I wasn't invited to your Bigfoot show, and
yes, it's the.
This is where you weren't. Now we found out you're a
Squatch in the USA.
Not a squatcher.
Yeah, the Bigfoot show was really interesting. I don't know. What
I love
think
them
about
guys. Them guys are great.
They're great.
Yeah. The Paranormal Highway has got a show probably in the next couple of hours, actually. So yeah, after this, go check him out. He's got the. In fact, I'll put it I'll put it in the chat because I like him. He's a good lad. But yeah, what got you into? See, it's not just like a
you missed all
troll.
this. He's a fake Sasquatcher.
No, let's let Ollie figure it out for himself. It'll be fun.
Really?
You're late to the party.
That's Ollie's
well, I went
right
for a
there.
wee. So you're not into the Squatch.
No, not really. I enjoy it. I find it fascinating. I enjoy the people. I mean, you go to a Bigfoot conference, you go to a paranormal conference. It is fascinating.
Yeah, I bet.
I used to. My friend and I used to do.
I see the fucking show inbox now and again. I bet it's
oh Jesus Christ! It's like a carnival. Those people just travel.
It is.
Oh, it is.
It's
the greatest show on earth when you get inside. Some of that little inner workings of that paranormal world.
Oh yeah,
it's fairly fascinating.
I love it.
Not be on the inside of it.
Oh, I love it. Like if you get like a VIP ticket and walk around with it, you're treated like a god there.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's like I paid literally $30 more than any other person here.
Yeah.
Here's your lunch table. Like, are you shitting?
I'm not plugging it, but Scarefest is one of the best ones in Kentucky. I mean,
oh yeah.
In Lexington. There's a good one in Knoxville.
I'm not married to my sister. I'm not allowed in Kentucky.
Wow.
I'm married to a cousin.
Well, that's
in
hot.
Tennessee.
That's hot.
She is. Wasn't gonna let anyone else beat me to it.
Maybe there's a synchronicity going on. Is there a fucking some sort of convention going on while we're there?
Probably. But this is the thing you guys from the UK do not get about America. It's gonna seem like on a map that we could. Oh, we'll just drive there. It's like to drive from one end of my state to the other. It's like 4.5, 5 hours.
Yeah, that's fine. Me and Ollie aren't going to. No.
Yeah,
it's fine, Dave. Because me and Ollie aren't going to drive us anywhere. You're going to drive us somewhere.
I drove them from
the big one in Knoxville. What is it? Fanboy Fest? Is that the big one? That's
there's a couple.
That sounds like something I'm not interested in.
Well, it's not what you think it is.
Yeah, it's so like Knoxville's had alien fests and things like that, and things I've done, and I've traveled around some others, but I agree with you. It is a freak show.
Yeah.
It's a freak show, and it's just like, man, what the hell's... I used to like to go to the MUFON get-togethers. If you've never been to one of those...
I went to one UFO conference in Eureka Springs with Linda Moulton Howe and that whole world in Arkansas.
That whole crew.
Whoa, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a stranger in a strange land.
Linda Moulton House is so fucking weird. She's so weird.
I went to a local MUFON greet up, and a guy who clearly was schizophrenic got up there and went on a rant about how he was on a time-traveling bicycle and Jesus knocked him off his bike with microwaves through time.
What a dickhead.
That makes sense.
It was fucking amazing, dude. And like, I'm summarizing an hour-long story. And you could see like the people hosting it were visibly uncomfortable, and the guys I was with were rolling because we're strapped. I don't give a shit. I don't care how crazy he is. This is playing out on my end, buddy. And he got on a bicycle and left after he got done telling a story.
Oh, you
for
think
like,
he would learn
for like an hour
Jesus,
and 15 minutes.
You'd have think he'd have learned from the Jesus incident. It'd be like, no, I'm getting a car this time.
No, man, he
Tinfoil
you're
helmet.
not pushing that guy around. All right. Yeah.
You know, for Christmas, my dad bought me a roll of
imagine
tinfoil. That was my best present ever.
Imagine that, like
Made some great hats out of that.
Hell yeah.
You kicked off your bike, obviously in Bethlehem. So you got fucking all that sand in your
he was
knee.
not in Bethlehem.
You're
He was
fucking
not in
limping.
Bethlehem.
You saw shaking your fist down the road, and you were supposed to turn the other cheek, you fucker.
He was in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yes. I told you it was an hour and 15 minutes. I'm giving you a snapshot. Dude, I've got books there from people who self-publish their own books and pay them in print. This one guy has a book. It's 3 pages. It is one run-on sentence. It's fantastic.
Was it these events that made you feel like you could publish your own book? Did that give you the confidence? Like, fuck, I should do this
a little
now.
bit, yeah. So when that's an entirely different name that I don't even talk about here, but I am. So like, this is the hilarious thing is my first book, I didn't think it would do well. And a couple million pages later, I was like, oh, well, people actually like my book. So I wrote
the one that I had a little bit to do with without mentioning the book.
And the second book debuted at #1 on Amazon's political fiction. I was like, holy shit, it really is this easy. And I got to write book 3, and I'll get to it at some point.
Well, you've already had input from a listener, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. She'll listen to this later.
But
she's
guys,
one of the few.
Right, we're 3 hours in now.
Oh shit, the bed.
Yeah, I think it's time to fucking pull the rug on this shit.
Pull out.
Thank you.
As many kids as I got.
Mr. Squatch, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Docs Master.
Thank you. Thank you for doxing yourself and giving me the funniest
awesome.
moment I've had doing a podcast probably ever.
You're going to sign off because I've got this Nigerian prince that I've got to go and give some account details to in a minute. So if you don't mind, I've got to go.
No, it's okay, mate. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm gonna drop people out anyway now as we finish. So thank you very much, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, and Dan, wherever you went.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Squatch. He's gone. And,
it's not even into Bigfoot.
I was going to say goodbye to him. Fucking hell, he just disappeared. He was abducted. I think that went better than expected.
Because you didn't put it on Twitter.
No, but yeah,
Never do that.
We'll definitely do that again.
I think next Sunday we can do that. Maybe an hour and a half in. We can do the last. We can do the last half an hour with people. I think it's a good.
We
idea.
need like a code though when they come on, like in the bottom, like they've got like go. I don't know, just like put one finger up, put 2 fingers up. Are you real? Okay, good.
How about we just invite people in and they say something like, "I haven't had the death."
They can just show. They can show us. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. All right, let's fuck off.
Right at that time, I'm going on the Impulsive Podcast.
You know, everybody makes mistakes. There's shots and there's cream, right? It'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much, Lee.
You don't get cream for those shots.